I forgot to open the... Hi, good evening. Excuse the brief invisibility. It would appear that I forgot to open multiple things. Whatever you see, no you don't. Okay, okay, there we go. Cat girl up and running. Hey Merc, how you doing? Having a good week? Invisible is a cool look, yeah. Unfortunately, even I would get confused if I disappeared. Shoot. It would help if I actually had the game open. I was so sure I had everything up and running and ready. And yet... Dear, is Steam downloading again? Yes. You stop that. Ooh, No Man's Sky update though. Remember to turn that back on when I get done. Okay, we're Teenage Exocolonist. Yes. And I even get to come into it relatively calm because we finally had a quiet day at work. I love bank holidays for the day off, but wow, does it not help with work. Mass panic from everybody. Whoops, I left that off, I left that off. I left that off. That hasn't been swapped over. I'm definitely prepared and practiced. It's always a good thing. Yeah, it is. Are you going to show me the colony, please? I need that to function. Okay. Oh boy. Do not be broken. I will take it poorly. Okay, just see if refresh. Nope, that didn't fix it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh yeah, we gotta scoot chat down. Excuse me. Don't look behind the curtain. Up a little. Nope, no, not that one. If I move that one, I don't know how to get it back. Oh my god. You know what? Close enough. I'll take it. It looks fine. That's gonna annoy me if I don't fix that. That's gonna annoy me if I don't fix that. Okay. It will do. Thank you, Stream Elements. You are 10 minutes late, but thank you for showing up. Let me see. I need to unmute that because it would help if... And then unmute that. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think that's everything that needed to get sorted. So let's get into it. Let's see how... let's see if the Heliopause people have gotten any less insufferable. Which isn't fair, because some of them are perfectly sufferable. Probably. You know what? I can't even complain about Stream Elements being a little late. Because at least they were later than I was. Let me see. Did we do... Oh! That's why they call it Sparkle Snow. Is the science girl still insufferable? She's fine! We leave Tang alone. But... a little bit, yes. I don't think she's insufferable. I think she's just like extremely bad at people and not really inclined to improve. Oh hey, those two are hanging out. Sounds insufferable. Fair enough. Okay, Nomi's doing fine. I try to talk to Rex, get immediately told I need a vacation. Fair enough. What is it? Oh, it's only quiet too. We'll apply to work in the kitchen first. Just so the option is there. The problem with this, it looks like the screen is oh, okay. What? Why are you... Why is that down there? I'm not gonna ask. Yeah, so I have the... Hey, Tramp, how you doing? Yeah, so, I have two different capture windows, because some games only like to be picked up by a specific one, but the one that usually works for this game wasn't working this time. But I guess it just needed a few minutes to warm up. Like me in the morning. Aunt Anne is back looking for volunteers to come work in the kitchen with her. She's scanning the room for anyone who seems to be loafing around. She bustles over to you. "You'll be perfect, Solana," she says, hugging you. Then, loudly, to the others in the room, she declares, "I'm glad somebody around here is responsible enough to put in their share of work." Everyone else ignores her, shifting awkwardly. No one wants to disappoint their auntie. Aunt Anne gestures towards the nearby cafeteria and tells you to come by next week so she can show you the ropes. Which is a relief, because I need a break. What? Oh, that's where we get our empathy up and our creativity, but I'm not worried about that one. Just need to get bravery up. Are the stats on the left yours? Where's your empathy? Listen, we got distracted. You can't level empathy by going outside and exploring, as it turns out. You need to actually engage with people. So we don't have much. It's not empty. It's pretty low, but it's not empty. And the good news is, we just unlocked an activity that'll give us a decent chunk of empathy when we do it. For next season. You need to talk to people? The horror, I know. Viana would never survive. How are you, Chris? You doing good? Dees and Nomi are an unlikely pair, but you can see it. If anyone can power through Dees' gloomy exterior, it's Nomi. When Dees actually talks, it's usually about aliens, or mind control rays, or zombie fungus, and Nomi loves that kind of stuff. You often see them chatting, Dees looking a lot more at ease with them than anyone else in the colony. Just wait till V learns what Anna and Snorri did. Listen, we don't need to give her a heart attack. Please don't give her a heart attack. I don't want to get rid of either of these. We need our bravery up by 21? I think we need it up fairly soon. We might be on a time frame. You're scared to meet this person after looking at the stats. Hey, Wolfie, how you doing? Hey, she's fine. She's good with animals. Like, she's just better with animals than people. Oh, we have physical increases for another month, so we'll do cooking another day. Once more for bravery. Good with animals, but lacks empathy or reason. We're trying! She's not at a 0 for either. We're doing our best. We've just spent a lot of time in the wild on our own exploring. So we haven't expanded that skill set. No worries, you made sure V's office has lots of wine. She's gonna need it. Can we even go outside, or did we... did that get taken over by... Okay, that's +2 bravery. It will do. No, wait, I want to go back outside and see if we can find symbiosis. You're doing fine? That's good. You made a little thumbnail, but you can't stream yet because you're waiting for your brother to show up. Aw. Let me know when you start. I want to be there. I want to see. You and Dees are sitting on the tailgate of one of the expedition's vehicles, shelling bobber seeds with your teeth and spitting the hard bits on the ground. Now and then, one of you points out something funny a passing surveyor does, or spots something under the mush trees. This is the easiest way to talk to Dees, by not talking at all. One away from 40? Yeah. Why do I get the feeling that's about to be abruptly concluded with you unfollowing just a meme on me? Dees has always been like this. Being isolated from the other kids has made him thoughtful. Out of everyone, you think Dees might understand Sim and be able to keep the secret. Do you tell him? I trust him. This can only end poorly. You tell Dees that you saw something interesting when you were out on expedition. Dees perks up immediately, turning to look at you. Yeah? He asks. What? I met an alien, Dees. His jaw drops and his face goes an interesting color. You're worried for a moment that he's going to be upset with you for teasing him, but... No way, Dees hisses, leaning in. But I met an alien too, Solana. What was yours like? You're gonna wear your OG Unifan patch with pride. Aw, Chris. Sounds like a nice badge. Aw, you guys are sweet. Trusting Dees is probably a good choice considering the alternative. Yeah, I heard what happened to your colony. I mean, I'm so sorry. Tall, dark, and handsome. Dees' color deepens. He looks at a loss for words, opening and closing his mouth a few times. Wait, he stammers. Do you mean Sim? You nod, and Dees suddenly becomes extremely interested in the hem of his sweater. Sim is more pretty than handsome, I think. He mumbles. He made me swear I wouldn't tell anyone else, Dees says earnestly. It's a weird expression on him. He said if other humans find out about the gardeners, we'd all be in a lot of danger. So we can talk about Sim, but we have to keep it a secret. Dees needs to be protected. Oh, sure. Definitely he needs to be protected and not we need to disarm his future life choices. I've maybe been on the wiki. But, okay, this will be our secret though. Dees nods, looking serious. Good, he says simply, then repeats it. Good. You go back to shelling bobber seeds in silence, watching the colony go about its business. Right, there is a boss event remaining in the ridge. Protection via keeping him in a... The Dees in my game definitely needs to not be protected. He needs to be redacted. Hey, I mean, it's not his fault he wasn't able to make any friends in your colony. You were a direct candidate. But also, that is fair. He did make his life choices. Protection via keeping him in a plush room with nothing bad in it and not letting him leave. I think that's, illegal. +2 bravery for exploring nearby. And engineering for going out to the ridge. What's our engineering at? 29. 30, 60, 90. Not making friends is not justification. Yeah, that is fair. He made his life choices. We're on an exocolony, laws haven't been established yet, it's fine. They probably have some laws against kidnapping. Oh, hey, Sim's there. Well, that's convenient. That's who I was looking for. Thank you. I mean, we have a town guard, so there is probably a couple of laws medicinal roots for Tang. A log for Cal, or Rex. Hey, Sim. Did you bring what I asked? Sim is standing in the shadows, wrapped up in his clothes like he's trying to blend into the jungle. He looks like a vid actor pretending to be shifty. You guess he's asking about the data he asked you to smuggle out of engineering. I definitely didn't completely forget that I was supposed to do that for them. I will be right back in 2 seasons. But first, I'm going to take a closer look. It's only fair that you observe Sim in the same manner that he often observes you, intently and while hidden behind a tree. You pretend to leave, then double back and watch him from a short distance away. You hope you'll see what he does when you aren't around. Sim looks like a human if an alien had to draw a human entirely from written description. Too tall, too long, his eyes too black, his whole posture too weirdly attentive. His hair is the most interesting part. So perfectly kept for someone who seems to live in the wilderness, and sometimes you swear it moves in ways hair shouldn't, like the first time you saw a time-lapse video of a flower turning towards the sun. You watch in silence for nearly 10 minutes, but Sim does absolutely nothing. He tilts his head like he's listening to the wind. Then he leans over to stare at a random patch of grass for far too long. Eventually, he turns to stare straight at the spot you're hiding. He purrs. Do you like what you see, Sugarbug? I can't remember the voice I was doing for Sim. I think I was just dragging. I don't know, figure that out. You know I do. I need to stop flirting with literally everything with legs, but... Sim smiles coyly. Good, he replies. He tosses his long hair over his shoulder and extends his hands, baring himself for your inspection. It's not a crime to be curious, he says. Why, I find myself very curious about you. You look your fill now that he's offered. You find yourself constantly drawn back to his deep silver eyes and the hypnotic motion of his hair, and within moments you find yourself more relaxed. Sim's faint smile fills your vision, blanking out the rest of your senses. Do not be alarmed, he says. His voice sounds like it's coming from the bottom of a well. I have the ability to induce a mild sedative effect in organic creatures. I find it useful in reducing their cortisol levels so that I may tend to them more easily. If you find it soothing, I would be happy to use it on you, at your request. You have simply to ask. You're supposed to say that bit before you use it on me, Sim, but... Oh, boss event. That's convenient. You've spent so many days and weeks exploring. Some days, you feel like you've seen it all, although you haven't gone very far from the colony. You have your favorite places, and you're heading to one of them right now. You like it because it's thrilling to get there, because I think I'll get bravery points for doing this. And we get paid if we have an exact goal, which we do. Screw the stars, I want money. I'm so poor. You have to cross a fallen log over a deep ravine to get there. Today, you make it across, controlling your fear and walking steadily without shaking. There it is. You arrive at an orchard of bobber fruit. The sweet, citrusy smell wafts from the red fruit as it bounces enticingly up and down at the end of long branches. You check carefully for animals. You've seen a territorial bush bub here before, but looks like the coast is clear. You can pick and eat at your leisure. We're gonna head home this time, so that we can do... It's a bounty of Cal friendship, yeah. We're gonna head home so we can do engineering for Sim, which will definitely not backfire horribly. Early pollen. Well, we've solved the shimmer, I believe. Soldiers are a bunch of assholes, Deese mutters, wrapping his arms around himself. All they want to do is out there is shoot things and tear up the plants. It's awful. They're just making it worse. He doesn't like... Wait, we figured out... You like medicinal roots? Yes. Oh, you also like strange devices, so... Okay, cool. Rex is such a social butterfly. Base soldiers? No, these people are terrible. They're complete assholes. Hugs incoming. Oh, hey. You find Rex in an empty space outside the lounge, setting up a construction holo projector and running through different projections of future buildings, taking notes on each. He looks up from his holo palm as you approach and bursts into a huge smile. Well, hey, Solana! What's going on? Rex jerks a thumb at his chest. You're looking at the newest member of the colony construction crew. I'm surveying the colony for places to build new private family quarters. People are going to want to raise families here soon. Isn't that real? Why the construction crew? What's not to like? Rex replies. I get to be outside almost all day. I get to make something great. And hey, he leans in conspiratorially. Have you seen the bods on the rest of the construction crew? Oh. Besides, he continues, I think I kind of got an idea of what I want to contribute to the colony. I want to build a bar. A real one, not just a canteen. Nice decor, a space for live music, cushions everywhere, fun drinks. Mars has been helping me with the details. He sighs dreamily. Can you imagine? A place where the whole point is to just relax and be with your friends. That sounds like a great idea. Rex is the colony slag and not even shy about it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he is making a run for my title. I think so too, Rex says, spreading his hands wide. Timing on that after what Ingrid said. You want to pet him? Oh, I'm sure he would be more than down for that, but wash your hands afterwards, because I think everybody else in the colony might have as well. Or at least the late teenagers. People need leisure time. We need to connect with other humans. We're social creatures. We need our packs. All I want to do is help people connect with each other, you know? Rex says. I love building things. I love cooking things. I love making people happy. Coming together to create something is why we're alive. He gestures around. And I don't mean buildings. I mean, they're all right. But what I'm really into is everything that goes into making a building. It's more than just walls and a ceiling. It's an agreement between people that we're going to form a society, that we're going to cooperate to make something bigger than ourselves. And then we're going to meet there in peace. Rex shakes his head, clearing his thoughts. Sorry, I'm just really passionate about this stuff, he laughs. This and hugs. We humans are also really good at giving hugs. Rex rubs his thumb across his chin, thinking, hey, actually, can you help me? Can you bring me any mushwood sticks or logs you find? I want to start stockpiling them so that when I get approval to start building the bar, we're good to go. What's in it for me? Rex smiles warmly. You angling for another kiss? He teases, stepping closer to you. Sounds like a fair trade to me. Bring me some wood, he says, pausing to wiggle his eyebrows evocatively, and we'll see what happens. You want to like Rex? Please don't be a social contract weirdo. I think Rex is just like, Rex is what happens if you turned a Labrador into a human, I think. Mars is wearing Nomi's VR set and smiling. When you tap her on the shoulder, she jumps and rips it off, scowling. Oh, it's you, she says, fluffing her hair. I thought it was another adult coming to tell me to do something useful. She holds up the VR set. Oh, this? Nomi realized that you can load the old museum guided tours onto this thing, so you can actually feel like you're walking around in the Louvre or the Guggenheim. Totes cool, right? Finally, some culture. Is he gonna build a venereal clinic? Oh, please do not give Rex ideas. Get him a present. He likes sticks. Thank God somebody... Oh, it's his birthday. Well, that's convenient. Oh, wait, he told me it was his birthday. Whoopsie. Rex is delightful, unlike a certain prick which also joined the colony recently. Yeah, listen, the vase is still standing because they haven't given me the option to snap his neck in 7 places yet, but we'll see how that goes. Nomi is grooving along to music only they can hear through their hearspeak. They bump into you and gasp, gesturing to turn off their hearspeak. Oh my gosh, I didn't see you there, sorry! They dust you off unnecessarily. Good as new, they chirp. What's going on, Solana? I need, creativity for Nomi. We found out what you like yet? You like crystal clusters. Well, good news. Here's a rock. Well, can't say no to somebody who's happy with crystal clusters. Nomi's your favorite character. You wish they were available from the start? Yeah. You find Nomi in the lounge, flanked by 2 holoscreens and doodling in a sketchbook with real paper. One holoscreen is playing an animated kids show, while the other is a wall of text that looks like it might be a translation guide of some kind. Nomi's attention moves between the three easily. Nomi's design is cute. Yeah, they have the best design, I think. Well, color-wise, it's my favorite anyway. Maybe not. I don't want to be biased. I'm totally biased. When they see you, they jump and quickly close their holo screens, sitting up straight and clutching their sketchbook to their chest. Oh, hi, Solana! They giggle, rubbing the back of their head charmingly. How you doing? It's okay, you can watch cartoons here. Nomi relaxes a little, breathing an exaggerated sigh of relief. Good, 'cause I really like cartoons. Nomi sets their sketchbook aside and looks around conspiratorially. I thought that you were going to bust me for jailbreaking my holopad, they say. All the Helio kids have restrictions on what we can watch and for how long, but you guys have so many more cartoons than we had. Nomi throws their arms into the air. Like the first season of Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform! What? Nomi's hair is the result of what you said you were going to do to dye your hair the other day. Hate that you relate to them? Hey! No need to hate that. Nomi's great. I love Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform. Ah! Nomi cries, slapping their hands to their cheeks. Really? It's the best cartoon ever made. What else has schoolgirls who look like aircraft from the waist down battling evil aliens while dealing with the stresses of high school life? You have to agree. You were pretty fond of the arc in the third season where Kamiya and Otoko disagreed about whether Haruka could truly be considered a hyperjet if she was part helicopter. The Helio Media Archive only had season 2 through 9 and only 3 of the OVAs, Nomi says, puffing their cheeks out. I can't believe in the 4th OVA, Flight Captain Yumiko gets captured by the aliens and brainwashed into thinking she's been an alien sleeper agent the whole time. You hadn't seen the first season? You get bullied by being called cute almost every day. You don't need to see more proof of why you should be called such a thing. Aw, I'm sorry you're getting bullied. You are delightful. And that's not bullying, that's just telling it how it is. That one, the delightful. I feel like I should probably just cut that sentence off there. I'm gonna spiral down a rabbit hole. Although in fairness, if you do look like a one-to-one with Nomi, you might be in the wrong dimension. I'm pretty sure that's a cartoon. Sorry, couldn't resist. Nomi shrugs and pokes one finger into their cheek. Spaceship kids make do. You don't have to know everything about something you like in order to call yourself a fan, Nomi continues. Just liking it with all your heart is good enough. You are in fact 2D. Guess you'll just go back to your own dimension. No, you're not allowed to leave. I have you trapped. You're stuck here. 2D beats 4D. I don't even know which one 4D is. Nomi laughs and flips over their sketchbook, showing off some of their drawings. I was drawing some fan art for the show, they say. Well, it's kind of fan art. Okay, it's really more like if I was a character in Hypergirl Turbojet Transform. Will you be an artist when you grow up? Aw. Oh, I need empathy to... Solana! Nomi whines, drawing it out. I'm an artist now! And not just an artist, but a writer and an artist. I'm the whole package. I mean, that's fair, but you kind of got what I was... 4D adds time as a dimension? I think I don't understand. But I don't think I can. I may not have the capacity for that one. Cal, here, have a blue thing. Unfortunately, I underestimated and kind of didn't realize that I could be giving everybody gifts, so we're a little behind on like everybody except these. Tang is sulking outside the lab, though it's hard to tell given her usual demeanor. I'm not allowed to work a triple shift, she mutters. Just because everyone else is a weakling who requires sleep, it doesn't mean that I should be held to the same standard. Okay, here, have some roots I found in the ground. Tammy's friendship points are low. Haven't you been leaving flowers at her grave? She didn't leave a grave. We burned her. The next Doctor Who confirmed. It's wonky, just know we live in 4D. Oh, I thought we were 3D. I'm so confused. Rip Tammy. Yeah, we don't need to talk about Tammy. Especially not with Ingrid here, who accidentally figured out to how to save her. Did you know the Helios don't have Vertumnalia? Nem says. I guess it makes sense. It's a harvest festival, I guess. I'm gonna have to train triple hard this year to make up for all this competition. We don't talk about Tammy. What did you do? It sounds like something went wrong for you, Ingrid. Oh, shoot. Is it your birthday? No. We're in pollen that's dust. You dislike crystal clusters, so... Shoot, I bet I've been giving... one of these, because these options are full. You'd have no strong opinions about those, huh? Nothing you were doing the song We Don't Talk About Bruno, but make it work for Tammy in your head. Oh! Sorry. Not even gonna give flowers to the ashes? Hey, I don't even know where they are. I think we turned them into fertilizer, actually. Ah, yes, Vase is still mad that I talked to Rex. Here, have a stick. Oh, wait, no, what do you hate? You hate flowers and fruit. Miserable kid. Here, have a root. Prick. No. Now I have to talk to him. You find Vase in the garrison lounge, holding court with a young group of soldiers, a small group of young soldiers, listening to him tell a story about his latest expedition. He's gesturing animatedly with his arms and snarling like a beast. And then I shot it out of the sodding sky. Bam, bam! Vase finishes as you approach. The gathered crowd hoots and hollers for him, which he accepts magnanimously. Looking around, you can see that it's mostly his Helio crew. You can tell from their uniformly close-cropped hair and perfect posture, but there are some faces you recognize from the colony. An enemy is here, and she shoots you a little wave. You know what? Fuck this guy. We're telling our own heroic story just to piss him off. You loudly boast that Vase's story is nothing and walk right into the crowd of listeners. All eyes turn towards you, including Vase's, who is regarding you with a curious mixture of annoyance and interest. You tell them about the time you fought during the fall of the Strato. You tell the story of the attack that destroyed the original colony when you were 14 and how you charged bravely into the battle instead of hiding with the other kids. Everyone listens with rapt attention as you describe the pitched battle, especially when you really lay on the gore. Damn, Vase says, clearly impressed. You must be the coolest person on this whole podunk planet. Wait, isn't his text usually a different color? Maybe not. Vase's friends laugh, while the colonists look at each other and smile awkwardly, already not wanting to disagree with Vase. All except for an enemy who joins in and laughs the loudest. Vase kicks out another stool from his table. Well, hero, come sit beside the king. How about he goes for it? You take a seat beside Vase. He crosses his arms and sits back, looking at you appraisingly. I didn't think this colony made them like you, he says. I thought you were all farmers and hippies, but you alike. You've got a warrior soul. The other Heliopause teenagers look at you approvingly. Can we beat Vase up? I hope so. The only problem is my combat isn't maxed, and my combat and toughness, I suspect I will need to beat his ass into dust. So we're going to work on that, for the express purpose of beating his ass into dust. The only thing this colony is good for is sport. I can't wait to get out there and shoot some aliens, Vase says. He bangs on the table with his fist. Those null shits aren't going to know what hit him. You think you're a real hotshot, huh? Vase raises an eyebrow at you. He gestures to his, well, all of himself. Obviously, he sneers. What do I have to be humble about? One of his friends punches him in the arm, and Vase takes it with a cocky grin. You and Vase talk a while longer. Oh, I should have been ruder to him. Well, mostly he talks while you and his friends listen. Eventually, the little crowd breaks up as people move on to their other duties. Vase says goodbye to all of the Heliopause soldiers by name, and some of the colony ones too. An enemy lingers a little longer than the rest, catching Vase's arm. He reaches out to her and they grasp forearms. It's good to have you around, an enemy, he says. For a colony brat, you're pretty legit. Thanks, an enemy replies, eyes wide. You're pretty cool too. An enemy scuttles away quickly after that. Her face is red. Should have killed him sooner. Eventually, it's just the two of you left. Vase stands up and puts his hands on his hips, surveying the garrison, his kingdom. All we did on the Heliopause was train for this exact moment, he says. We were literally made for this. We're the best of the best. He leans into your space and fixes you with a wolfish smile, which makes me the best thing to happen to this planet since it started shitting out oxygen. Don't you forget it. Are you sure you wouldn't be interested in getting red at Tang? Or Cal? Or literally anybody that isn't Vase? An enemy, please. Nem, please. Fine, I'll go beat up Vase for her. Can we gift these? Yeah, okay. Vase has acquired a gift. Unfortunately. They got all the weirdest kids in the galaxy and put them on one planet. Hey, they built these kids in space. Like, they were built for this planet. I literally have eagle eyes, I think. That is the one I took, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I took eagle eyes. What do I need for the perk for this one? Toughness? Not sure. Ah, father. Hello, my little tomato. Your father's voice rings out across the fields, hale and hearty. You don't have it in yourself to be embarrassed, not during pollen, not with the memory of him struggling to breathe so fresh in your mind. Are you coming to check in on your old man? He teases you. He takes a deep breath, holds it, and lets it all out comfortably. I'm doing great. No congestion, no sneezing, and I definitely don't want to take a hike outside the walls. Your dad pulls you into a big hug, ruffling your hair. He smells like sunshine and dirt and sweat, and you've never been happier to breathe it all in. He's alive. I'm proud of you, he says quietly. You can pull off miracles, kiddo. Reasoning or organization for extra equipment slots? Probably organization. That seems like it would be the... Oh, there's a log over there. Alas, we are not doing anything related to organizing as far as I know. Now, what was engineering. We need to go get some data for Sim. Yeah, we gave Tang, Cal. I think everybody's been gifted. I feel like I missed somebody. Vase doesn't count. Download data for Sim. Sim asked you for data on human culture. Television shows, music, books, things like that. You have unlimited access to Congruence's media archives through your holopalm, but for Sim, it will be a little more complicated. You'll need to find a physical storage unit with enough memory to contain a chunk of the holo archives. Steal one. The robot workshop would be a good place to look. You sneak in, nobody around. Good. You rummage around until you find what looks like a portable holo unit in a drawer, then find a port in the wall to plug it into. An interface pops up with options to copy data onto the tiny drive. Perfect. You start by carefully copying your very favorite vids and games, then realize there is a shit-ton more room on this tiny drive. You sweep in several thousand more videos, as well as the entire contents of the school's Learningpedia. As you slip the unit into your pocket, the Congruence console above you suddenly flickers and lights up. Congruence seems amused. She doesn't sound an alarm, although you know you shouldn't be in here, but asks in a neutral voice, "What are you doing in here, Solana?" I needed this holo unit for school. She's gonna know that's a lie. I just came to see you. No, I need the holo unit for school. You casually take it back out of your pocket and present it to her. You tell her Professor Instance told you to come and get one and put some data on it. You're studying old Earth media in humanities. Congruence actually believes you think. It's hard to tell since she has complete control over her facial expression. As you leave, you realize the hole in your story. Why would you need it on a physical drive instead of just watching it on your holopalm? Congruence must have seen through your ruse, but deemed it harmless. Well, at least you're done. Congruence better not be a fucking snitch. Oh, that didn't even take up my season. No, we might as well go give it to Sim now then. I don't know how far we can push it by taking it a little longer. Let me see. I could probably gamble it once more, but we might as well go outside for the bravery anyway, because that is kind of what we're here for. Where is the actual exit? Thank you. Now, do we have to meet Sim in Explore Nearby, or can we go elsewhere? And there is a boss event left in the ridge. You're pretty sure pushing it won't have consequences like playing sports ball when the colony is starving. Didn't I go play sports ball so that I could fucking up my stats to help with that? Not my fault. Wait, no, isn't sports ball the stress relief activity for that area? Oh, no, that's sitting on the wall. I did tell my stats not for anything specific. Also, I was like 14. What do you want me to do about it? Out here blaming the child for not single-handedly curing a famine. The cheek, the audacity, the nerve. I may be lost. Oh, hey, there's Sim. So I am lost. That wasn't what I was looking for. For once, you see Sim before he sees you. He's crouched just off the path, staring at a flower, his face blank. He doesn't react as you approach, so you watch him for a while. He's so perfectly motionless, you'd think he was a plant too. His eyes are unfocused. Is he accessing some kind of mental interface? Eventually, you clear your throat. Sim carefully stands up and turns to recognize you. For a moment, you're not sure if he recognizes you. Oh, turns to face you. My apologies. Then he tosses his head and a grin leaps to his face. Solana, you caught me checking in with the boss. You have a boss? My boss, as I told you, they aren't fond of change, he replies. They're also very much like your boss. What's she named? Utopia. He tilts his head to the side. Her name word is fitting, isn't it? He lays one finger against his chin. I appreciate that she always reminds you not to get yourself killed. I wish you'd listen to her. She gave me a job to do. Just saying your colony mom never died? Well, nice for some. You're welcome for learning from my example. And I have my job, Sim replies, which is to protect this place. He laughs. Protecting you seems to be my hobby. If the boss finds out I'm talking to you, I'd be in trouble. So, shh, he murmurs and puts his finger to his lips. Then why keep talking to me? Sim smiles warmly. Because you're the girl of my dreams, literally, he replies. I can't seem to stay away from you. And because you humans are different, he continues. I'm so bored of everyone else on this planet. The other gardeners, my boss, they have everything on Vertumna just the way they like it, and don't want the teensiest thing to change. He sighs. It's boring. See that tree? Sim points to a large tree with many long limbs dripping from it and embedded in the ground. That tree was a small creature for part of its life cycle. You call it the Vriki. Once it plants its roots, that's where it stays for the rest of its life. The gardeners spend time as trees too, sometimes hundreds of years. If you do that enough, you start to think like a tree, set in your ways. He spreads his hands, an earnest expression on his face. When I watch you, when I talk to you and learn about your species, I feel inspired. I feel young again. Hold on, you can shapeshift? Don't you think my looking human is a bit of a coincidence? He replies, and motions to his body with a sensual flick of his wrist. It is a rather handsome body, though, don't you think? I happen to think I did quite well. I'll say. You have so many more questions for this man, or gardener, or whatever he is. But as soon as you open your mouth to ask another, Sim cocks his head as if listening and holds up a hand. I'm sorry, he says, looking for all the world like he's listening to the dang flower, but I must away. And with that, he's gone, off to protect the wild or rescue damsels or whatever. Or maybe he's just avoiding your questions. Did we actually give him the drive? He's too old to be flirting with teenagers. If he spends hundreds of years as a tree, I don't think he grasps that concept. I should definitely be grasping that concept. But considering most of the animal life on this planet probably has a lifespan shorter than a human's, and definitely has one shorter than a gardener's, his concept of time is probably fucked. Not saying it's a good thing he's flirting with teenagers, or that I'm flirting back, but that's not the. But you see where you see where I was going with that. I hope, because I don't. See, Com's dead, Hal's dead, Eudicot's dead, Flulu's dead, Tammy's dead, Toadin's dead. Okay, let's stop looking at how many people are dead. How old is he? I feel like his age just remains a question. I thought you were going to say the solution is boning a freaky. F's all around. Please do not bone this thing, because this is a freaky. Rip, 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 rip. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see how many more we can accidentally execute. Did you ring what I asked? Sim is standing in the shadows, wrapped up in his clothes like he's trying to blend into the jungle. He looks like a vid actor pretending to be shifty. Ah, yes, okay. We don't know what he likes, so here, I brought you something. It's a crystal. Huh. Sim examines the crystal for a moment, then hands it back to you. I think you'd better hold on to this, Solana, he says. You may need it later. Oh, he likes crystal clusters, but I'm not allowed to give him gifts. Well, I've got the data you asked for. I knew it, Sim exclaims. I dreamed about it last night in my vat. In your what now? Sim waves his hand dismissively. Never mind. Let me have the data drive. Yes, but answer a question first. You only gain points into events, that's why you gain returns gifts. Alright. Yes, but answer a question first. Sim sighs and crosses his arms, but from his smile, you can tell he's amused by your little game. Okay, I'll answer exactly one question, he allows. What is it? The gardeners want to hurt us. Sim sighs. I hoped your question was going to be a fun one. He takes a breath and answers carefully. It's not that we want to hurt you, he replies. It's not personal or even malicious. It's like dealing with an invasive species. Sometimes you need to resort to harsh measures to remove it before it destroys the ecosystem. He holds his hand out expectantly. Perhaps that is not the answer you wish to hear, he says gently. But it is not our fault. You are the way you are. You hand over the data drive, and Sim takes it reverently, staring as if he could see what's inside. Marvelous, he says. Like a genetic payload, except with digital data instead of organic. What will I learn from this trove, I wonder? You're still puzzling over the implications of the phrase genetic payload as he continues. Nobody giggle at that. It make it harder for me not to. The other gardeners are so tedious and obsessed with their work, he complains. They're more concerned with maintaining equilibrium than experiencing new things. They don't understand that novelty is what makes life interesting. He slips the data drive into his sleeve. Thank you, Solana. I will treasure this. We might as well burn through his events. You almost walk straight into Sim's feet before you see the man. Watch out, Sim says from where he's seated on a branch above you. You should be more cautious. It's a dangerous planet. Take an even closer look. This time, you'll catch Sim doing something weird and alien. You send a survey drone to follow him and watch through your holopalm as he heads into the forest. He comes to a still pond and crouches by it, staring intently into the water. Then, with a flick of his wrist, he snatches an eel from the depths and bites its head clean off. Then he looks up at the drone and gives you a jaunty wave, as if he knew it was there all along. Wait, Does Sim usually eat raw living animals? Or was he just doing it because he knew you were trying to catch him doing something weird? At this point, I think he's just deeply entertained by my constant failed attempts to monitor him. I know, kinda seems like you want his genetic payload. Wished. I hear genetic payload and instantly start Beavis and Butthead laughing. I feel like I'm being added here. Oh, excellent. A weird thing. I should probably do some of these events actually, but I'm trying to find the boss event so I don't run out of stress before then. Is this where this isn't where this map must be massive. I still have one more option with him? Do I? Shit. Okay, we're gonna do the boss event since it's here. Expeditions have been collecting energy readings from this place, tracing the invisible ley lines of power like the one from the thumper that brought you here in the first place. They've pointed you to this cave, a nexus of power at the convergence of many lines. You can feel the energy is different here, like a barely perceivable hum that prickles up the back of your neck, like something is watching you. It's likely this was some sort of important place for the convergent domain, Utopia says, leaning on her glider. I've sent teams through, but it gets mighty tight in there. I'm hoping you and Deese might have better luck wiggling in there, she continues. Might be the caves inside open up again, and if they do, take plenty of readings and report back to me. Deese is vibrating beside you on nearly the same frequency as the weird power fluctuations. This is the real deal, he whispers, mostly to himself. It's hard to shake the feeling of being watched. In fact, you're sure... Oh, yes, of course. There he is. You can see Sim's mysterious form up there, watching you from a nearby ridge. He holds up his hand in greeting when he sees you looking. Utopia nods and leaves you to it. What's the plan? Well, it's Sim's planet. Talking to Sim first. You ensure that Utopia is good and gone before you and Deese kick up your gliders and go talk to Sim. He looks delighted when you land beside him. You're getting warmer, he sing-songs. Hot, very hot. He rests his weight on his hands and kicks his feet over the ledge. I'm not supposed to tell you anything, he confides, but it's just so interesting to watch you figure things out. Humans. So curious and so smart. Deese stammers and turns red. Looks like you're not getting anything out of Sim, though. You grumble and glide back to the cave entrance. Well, we're prepping the equipment first, because I don't want to die. This time, you get headlamps and a little recording drone with a floodlight attachment. The tiny, buzzing, flying thing that circles your head and sometimes illuminates what you want to look at. It's intelligent, which just means it won't just do what you want. Deese bats at it in annoyance. Utopia's also left you an anti-grav belt with a warning to practice extreme caution while spelunking down there. They make you lighter so you can climb more easily and won't hurt yourself as much if you fall. Enter the cave. The narrow entrance leads to a bigger room that animals have clearly used as a den. It's enormous, with glowing mushrooms on the walls and piles of bones in some crevices. In some places, the walls are made of iridescent convergent domain obsidian, like this was once a great hall millennia ago. You can feel a cool breeze coming from somewhere, but it'll be tricky to find in the dark. Didn't we bring a lamp? Cards with gems are wild. +1 to red. Hey! Value is wild. Ooh, we are gonna have to stress push through this. +1 on skill challenge wins. +1 for each unplayed card. Set neighbors to this value. Don't want that. 9, 7, 6, 4, 4. Oh! Ooh, that would be unfortunate. Use the medicinal root to draw a card. Okay, we can push through this one. It's gonna hurt, but we can do it. You find the source of the breeze by tossing some fine sand into the air and watching which way the dust blows. It's a very tight crack. Good thing you and Dees are so small. You squeeze through and have to shimmy along on your bellies for about 10 meters, pushing your gear ahead of you. It's uncomfortable, but Dees' excitement draws you on. I need to buy some better cards. Past the crack, there are fewer signs of animals. The walls are smooth, grown obsidian, which has a kind of melted rainbow oil slick look. There are deeply carved glyphs on the walls at various intersections, like room designations or street names, you wonder, and other kinds of basins, alcoves, grown into the rock, full of odd protrusions, all ancient and worn and inexplicable now. Man, this would be so helpful if we needed any perception points. It feels homey. You come to realize the Convergent Domain must have lived underground. That's why there are so few ruins on the surface. As you follow the cave complex down, it's clear this used to be a well-traveled path. The corridors branching off to other places are now blocked off, as if a giant earthquake had rattled this whole area. Only this one main path is still clear. It's too convenient to be a coincidence. The floor of the cave slopes downward like a slide, and it's quite slippery. Pay attention to your footing. Oh, why did that stress me out? You follow the cave system down, 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 all the way to what must be the bottom of the cliffs. You have to climb down a 3-story wall in the last section, and are grateful to your anti-grav belt for making it easier. You're still tired, though. You can see dim light below. Daylight? You emerge into a hidden valley, totally surrounded by tall cliffs. Did you just come down all that way? You're surrounded by the ruins of Convergent Domain buildings, in much better condition than the windswept ones on the surface. It's perfectly still here, and as quiet as space itself. What was this? Dees whispers reverentially. Some sort of converger facility? And it feels so familiar. You remember this place from your dreams, and feel a throbbing sense of importance that is a bit unnerving. Something momentous happened to you here. Or will happen to you someday. You poke around a little, and then call Utopia and give her your coordinates. She swings down on her glider, with extra ones for you and Dees tethered behind. You're happy you won't have to climb all the way back up. She whistles. Great find, kids. This place didn't show up on any of our aerial scans. Took me a while to find a route in. You look bushed, she says. I'll stick around to get some readings, but you head on back to the depot and get some rest. Don't worry, we ain't gonna push on without you. We're gonna keep exploring. Oh shit, never mind. No, we're not. Well, the good news is the remaining sim option is the relaxing one. Oh hell. You're woken by the buzzing of your holopalm. It's a colony-wide alert. You rub your eyes and ponder the thickness of the air seeping into your bedroom through the open veranda door. It's an ominous but beautiful sight. The seasonal pale pink haze has turned a deep fuchsia, with scintillating silver sparkles floating through it. The shimmer. Thankfully, you've all been inoculated against the shimmer, because this looks like a bad year for the airborne spores. To be safe, you stay inside and seal your door and windows tightly. You spend the time playing holo games with your dad. After a couple days, the pollen fog passes without incident. God, we got that one sorted. Okay, everybody's had their presents, so we can't do any more of that. And we need a break. take one up there? What is that? Is that housing? Oh, it's the depot. Oh, wait. That actually, mid-pollen. Ew, it's so mid. Hey, it could be worse. The pollen's actually actively trying to kill us. I have 90. Should probably just... might be better off saving up till we get to 100 and grabbing the gloves or the drone rifle. We're only 10 away, so it's not that bad. If I have the gym unlocked, I can upgrade cards. I don't think we have a gym. Oh, heck, there's so much. There's so many places to go. We do not have a gym. I don't think. We are gonna relax on the walls. No, our friendship with Dees is at 100 out of 100, so we're gonna relax inside so we get friendship points with Rex. You split your time between watching holovids, listening to music, and studying for class. Occasionally, someone asks you to run an errand for them. You go on long walks. Overall, you spend the month relaxing and doing whatever you want, whenever you want. You really needed this. Yes. I kind of don't want to forget that one just because it's Sim, but, yeah, okay. We'll forget the hot eye pack. I feel bad about that. They're so adorable, but needs must. Are you ready for another Palomina's calving? Oh, yeah, you're welcome to it. I don't want to see a float cow give birth. Okay. Nobody is available for gifting. I assume the gym is related to sports ball. But so be it. Oh, hey, Dees wants to talk. Dees is relaxing in the back of one of the expedition vehicles, absorbed in a holo novel. You clear your throat, and he jumps, and he gives you an awkward but genuine smile. Hey, Solana, he says, pulling his legs out of the way so you can climb in beside him. It's getting harder to find places to be alone here, don't you think? Kill to be out exploring, but Utopia insisted we have a rest day. He rolls his eyes. Dees closes his holo novel and sighs. It's just so crowded here, he complains, and it's boring. I'd rather be out there with Sim, learning about this planet. Dees continues, looking wistful. He folds his hands over his heart. He's so interesting. I could talk to him forever, you know? Like, we really connect. Have you gotten much out of him? Yeah, Dees exclaims, sitting up straighter. Well, I mean, sort of. He still says there's stuff I'm not supposed to know yet, but I figured out a lot on my own. The biggest thing is that the planet is basically all connected, like a fungal network that's so old and complex it's practically like a computer, he says, talking fast and excited. But not just the mushrooms, the trees, the animals, even the rocks in the water. Dee smiles. He didn't want me to know that one. He confides in you, but I guessed it. Remember how your dad got sick every year from the pollen and it was actually fungal spores? Well, I just started thinking from there, and yeah, it's like every year the planet refreshes its communication network with fresh spores. It's so cool. I didn't know that. Well, how about the fact that Sim is really old? Like, really, really old, Dees continues. Like, probably thousands of years old. Sometimes he talks about stuff from ancient history like he was really there, because he totally was. Dees laughs a little, but he still acts like a kid sometimes, you know? Like, he loves holovids and candy and playing tricks. Kind of that level of connection is scary. Oh yeah, that'd be fucking terrifying. Welcome to the hive mind planet. Oh, I knew that. Oh, right, Dees says. He said you helped him get access to the holovid archive. Good job, by the way. Oh, and I've seen the other gardeners, Dees says quietly. They don't look like Sim at all. They look like, well, they look scary. Whoa, no way. Okay, one more, Dees says, his face going pink. The gardeners don't have clothes. Sim was naked when I met him. I had to bring him clothes from the colony. Are you blushing? No, Dee stammers, his face going even more red. It was just really embarrassing, okay? He was naked. I didn't know where to look. What about you? Dees asks. What has he told you? Well, since we're gossiping... Dees is listening intently. Sim's hair seems alive. Dees rolls his eyes. Well, duh, anyone who sees him knows that, he says. It, like, moves, right? I thought I was imagining it, but it's kind of like how plants move to face the sunlight. That's all I know. I wish we could tell people about Sim, Dees says. I feel like if people knew him like we do, they'd realize what we're doing here is wrong, but I'm scared that if I tell someone, Sim will never talk to me again. He says we're not ready. We can't tell anyone what we know. They probably are dangerous, but I don't think, like, I think Sim may have had a point. Like, they're dangerous but not malicious? An inherent danger? Ooh. I know, Dees mumbles, sighing as he thunks his head against the window of the cab. I don't want to mess up whatever plan they have. I just want to help, though, you know? It's fine, they're totally not dangerous, sweats profusely. I know. Dees nods and turns away, done with this conversation. Okay. Don't get me wrong, I think they're dangerous. I just don't think they're actively hostile? Like, more like a force of nature kind of thing. The thought makes you think Sim is just grooming Dees. Ingrid, stop sweating loudly. It's making me nervous. Greetings, parent. Oh, then again, I suppose the gardeners probably are the reason the colony keeps getting attacked. I've been thinking of them like white blood cells reacting to an invasion, like a bacteria. But weird, the bacteria! Oh, we're gonna die. Oh, I need to work in the kitchen. Because I get paid for that. But I also need to go talk to... Okay, we're working in the kitchen, that'll get our empathy up. And I get paid for it, and then we go and look at... Back in space, cooking involved programming ration machines and putting dishes in the laser-matic dishwasher, because water was too precious to clean dishes with. But now, you're growing more real food and trying to figure out how to cook with it. The cafeteria kitchens are bright and full of good smells. There's always something baking, or boiling, or frying. You take a deep breath in and just hold all of the deliciousness in your lungs. I love how they've got all these weird-looking space foods, up to and including the tentacle. And garlic totally counts as a space food. And then the dish on the tray is clearly like a pork chop, some beans, and some scrambled egg or mashed buns or something. Chief Steward Anne, known to the kids as Auntie Seton, is in charge of everything in the living quarters, running the children's creche, coordinating the cleaning bots, and of course, cooking for the whole colony. It's a lot of work, but she's good at delegating to all the kids she has raised here, including you. She's a big believer in learning by trying, and doesn't mind if a few dinners are ruined in the process. It looks like you're on your own this morning, Aunt Anne says, welcoming you to the kitchen. Don't you worry though, we'll start you off with something easy. She shows you to the kitchen nano printers. Just press this button and the ration machine will spit out a freshly pressed cake of soy rations. It's not tasty, but it's nutritious. Then she shows you to the range. A large pot of brown stew is bubbling away. Here is where the real magic happens, she says proudly. She takes the ladle and spoons up some of the stew so you can have a taste. See? For this stew we added homegrown veggies and spices. This is what I love about cooking, she sighs proudly. Turning raw ingredients into something better, just by adding a little bit of work and a lot of love. Just like raising children. How about you, Solana? Why do you want to work in the kitchens? It's like a puzzle. We'll start with something easy, egg boiling. You know, I don't think I've ever successfully boiled an egg, but I also don't think I've ever boiled an egg at all. So, technically I've never failed to boil an egg. There's a science to cooking that fascinates you. Adding energy, dissolving things, forming and breaking molecular bonds to create something new. It's so cool. You tell this to Aunt Anne, and she smiles indulgently. Sounds like I'm going to lose you to engineering, she says. I'm happy to have you for now, though. Oops. Aunt Anne sets you up with a few basic kitchen tasks and leaves you to it. If you need help, I'll be just around the corner, she says. Or you can ask Congruence for advice. She has every recipe and method you could ever need, and she's an excellent teacher. You quickly have your hands full with the sheer volume of food it takes to feed 100 people. Workers from the canteen shuttle back to pick up trays of soy rations and pots of stew at regular intervals. Somehow, you keep up. You poke your head into the canteen at lunchtime to see what people think about the food. Seems like they like it. Maybe you're cut out to be a chef. +1 to every other social card and +1 to this card. Okay, so we want to sit on those for now. All cards under 3 become 3, +6 if the card is... Oh, +6 to that one. Oh, fine, whatever. Card becomes 3. Oh, well, that's inconvenient, isn't it? There we go. We don't need to, like, hit new heights. We just need to pass. Because they pay me for it. Shit, only 7? Okay, well, we're gonna go bug Sim again because I want to know what that last voice option was. Hey, Nomi, you good for more presents? Yes, Crystal. Here we go. Hey, Tang, you want some stuff I found? Okay. Nem. Okay. What do you even like? How are your feelings on flowers? Oh, it's her birthday. Shit. I could have given her a cake. Apparently I did know that. Whoops. I still haven't found anything this asshole likes. Didn't like flowers, didn't like bobber fruit, right? Yeah. Here, have a medicinal root. Prick. Rex definitely likes sticks. Thank God somebody around here does. Aww. I probably should have checked what the question mark was, but I think it might have been related to the bar. My guess is if I keep feeding him sticks, he actually manages to do the bar. Oh, hey! Mars, thank you. Mars is working in the depot today. You find her sitting on a pile of boxes, drumming her feet against them as she flips dismissively through a magazine on her hollow palm. Every so often, she snorts at something she's read and rolls her eyes. Oh, hey, Solana, she says as you approach. Would you rather have really bad body odor for a whole day or have to spend the whole day naked? Naked, because I can stay home. Me too, Mars says. I mean, if anyone can still be fabulous with no clothes on, it's probably you and me. I'm reading some of the teen magazines from Old Earth, Mars says. You know, like fashion and makeup and dating and stuff. She turns to a new page and reads out loud. Don't be afraid to use green concealer. You may look like the Wicked Witch at first, but don't click your heels and go home. Stick with it and you'll be on that yellow brick road to clear, beautiful skin. Mars laughs incredulously. What does that even mean? Papa taught me to put on makeup because I wanted to be pretty like him, Mars says. But it was never like, cover up your blemishes, make your nose smaller, hide your skunky pores. That's all they ever talk about in these things. And it's like, was Earth fashion really about making everyone look as small as possible? What was wrong with them? Mars gestures to herself. I was the biggest kid the whole time we were growing up, and I've always been gorgeous. And that's not just my genetic enhancement talking. Sometimes I think they should have just made everyone unable to feel shame, Mars says. That explains a lot about Mars. She's not great at being nice to people. Like, all these magazines talk about is how to fix your flaws or act different so people will like you. It's such a waste of time. Mars tosses her hair over her shoulders. If people don't like me, they can flick off. I literally don't care what they think. Mars pats the box next to her, and you climb up and sit by her side. The dating advice in these things is pretty good, though, she says, flipping through a few pages. Like, my dad's taught me about reproduction and stuff, but they got so squicked out when I asked how you actually get someone to have sex with you. She rolls her eyes. Teenagers on Earth were apparently very worried about getting boys to like them, Mars says. Like, look at this quiz. 10 ways to tell if he's super into you. Mars smirks and angles her holoscreen away from you. Ooh, let's see how into me you are, Solana. First question, do you have any cute nicknames for me? I don't think you'd think they were cute, but yes. Mars laughs. Really? Tell me. Actually, no, don't tell me. Second question, do you get nervous around me? Never. Not even a little bit? Mars says, acting like she's affronted. Last question, do you go out of your way to see me? No, we just talk because she was my best friend. I can't say that. A little bit. Aw, Solana. Mars beams. I am happy whenever you come to talk to me. Us sophisticated folks gotta stick together. They've done such a good job of, like, fleshing Mars out. Because, like, one minute she's borderline insufferable, and the other minute she's actually a really nice person. And a little insufferable. Mars makes a frustrated noise and dismisses her holoscreen. Ugh, this is so wimpy, she groans. What was wrong with Earth teens? If you want to know if someone likes you, just ask them. It's easy if you're not a coward. Mars turns to you and leans in, bracketing your legs with her arms. You can smell her body lotion, light and floral, and feel the heat of her chest against your arm. She pouts and looks at you through her lashes. What about it, Solana? Do you like me? How many people on the colony can I flirt with simultaneously before I get, like, that one Stardew Valley scene? I feel like the three I've already started flirting with is probably where I should call it before I get, like, publicly executed. I don't think there is a horror brute. I like these more. Oh, she's gonna murder me. Mars tilts her head. Oh, is that right? Well, I'm not a jealous person. I don't mind sharing. Okay, maybe Mars is a... Moving onward. Maybe I should have added it. Wait, no, he doesn't like sticks, that's Rex. I really hope you like the bummer fruit, because it's the last one I've got. Ahem. If this colony is only 100 people, I feel like one person should not be flirting with everybody. Our survival depends on it. We've gifted Tang, which means I think Nem and Vase are the only ones left. Never mind, we already did those. Splendid. What was I doing? Ah, yes, we're gonna go poke Sim and see what happens. Where's Steve? Oh, no, answers that question. Wait. Does he like flowers, or is it just a... No. But he does like the strange devices. Wait. Oh, shoot. I didn't need to do that. He's already at 100. Well, can't hurt to be nice. We're going back to the ridge. Because there's a new boss event, yes. All events have respawned. All events have respawned. No events remaining. Well, collectible in events. Yeah, okay. I was supposed to be doing the ones at level bravery. Shit. Well, we're too late now. We're out here. Let's see what trouble we can get into. Expedition Lady is also hot. She is. But she's like the generation before mine, so we do not flirt with Expedition Lady. Also, I doubt she's interested. You're getting thirsty. You feel for your backup canteen, but it's missing. Somehow you lost it since you left this morning, and you're all out of drinking water. The suns are high and hot in the sky, making the ground waver with heat haze mirages. Your mouth feels dry, so dry, and your head is starting to ache. You could make it back, but that'd be it for this expedition. You'd have to go home. Search for water. I think we've done this one before. And I don't think we died. Yeah, sure, those two will do there. Non-optimal, but... Okay, that's one more, so... Why does every card with Mars, like, make me poor? Is she actively mugging me or something here? Okay, well, we don't need to get paid that much. I'm not losing. Come into my house. There's no natural water around, but in your search you turn up your lost canteen. Wow, that was lucky. Did I just gain and lose the same amount of stress? Oh, won't complain about that. I think there is still a boss event here, so we want to find Sim if we can. And get the boss event, ideally. Which means we have to skip the rest of the events. Simply because that will go poorly for us. If we gain it, because they give us stress. Oh shoot, over there. How do I get over there? We do need the crystal. This place is very pretty, and an absolute nightmare to navigate. There's Sim. Where did I even see the... Ah, over here. Oh, this is kind of neat. I don't think we've ever been over this little bit before. Okay, well, it looks like Sim has something new to say, which does not fill me with confidence. You're enjoying a relatively uneventful second sun of taking readings for one of Utopia's geological surveys when your world shifts on an unnatural axis as Sim comes crashing seemingly out of thin air, grappling with a skyfish almost as big as he is. Look out, he calls to you, though it's far too late for that. The ground rushes up to meet you, and it's all you can do to close your eyes and protect your head. To make matters worse, in the ensuing tussle, they completely crush the delicate scanning equipment you just finished setting up. Utopia is going to be so upset. Oh, no. You survey the wreckage helplessly while Sim holds the skyfish at bay. The skyfish flops around pitifully, then springs back into the sky and flies away, trilling in distress. It didn't even look dangerous, really. Solana. Sim croaks, and you turn your attention to him. Blood is pouring from a wound on his chest where one of the skyfish's spines must have pierced his otherwise perfect skin. It's the kind of thing that will definitely leave a scar, or worse. Holding the wound closed, Sim smiles sheepishly. I guess my future sight isn't always 20/20. Holy shit, are you going to be okay? He waves dismissively with the hand that's not holding his ding-dang chest together. Excuse me? Are they trying to avoid swearing while also swearing a little? 'Tis but a flesh wound, he says, then smiles. Did I say it right? It's from one of your Earth movies. I quite liked it. He coughs. He and I are similarly difficult to kill completely. He grins. You think it's just a coincidence that I'm always there at exactly the right time to save you. At night, when I'm asleep, he corrects himself, I sometimes see visions of things that are going to happen, or at least that could happen. My dreams aren't always true, Sim says, wincing as he applies pressure to the wound. The paths branch and converge. Time is more like a web than a line, I think. He smiles weakly, but always in the center, there's you. You're at the center of my web, too. Sim coughs. I'm flattered, Sugarbug. I didn't know you thought of me that way. I have been hitting on you since we met. I can't tell how this future sight works, Sim continues. To be honest, I don't even know, but if you're curious... He's clearly grappling with something, and not just a sluggishly bleeding wound in his chest. His voice drops. You might look for answers under the light of the wormhole in glow, he confesses. You press him for more, but he begs you simply leave him to handle his injury in peace. Sim suddenly appears from behind a mush tree, which is like a magic trick, because you could have sworn it was too narrow for even Sim to fit behind. Why, if it isn't the little Sugarbug, he exclaims. What can I do for you? You notice the puncture wound in his chest from the other day is gone. Wow, fast healer. Okay, this is the one we haven't tried before. Could you help me calm down? Of course, Sim murmurs, stepping into your space. His cool hands alight on your cheeks, tilting your head to look in his eyes. Within moments, you feel the burdens of your day lift off your shoulders, like a balloon floating away into the sky. Your consciousness reasserts itself sometime later, and you find yourself held in Sim's long arms. You blink away the brain frog and pull yourself together, thanking him for the experience. Sim smiles. It was my pleasure, Solana. Stay safe out there. Okay, now we're looking for the boss event. That was less weird than I thought it was going to be, thankfully. Personally, I'm actively hostile at the thought of people touching me, but needs must. I'm so lost. I'm assuming it's this way because I think this is the way we came for the last boss event, and I can only assume they're connected. That's a dead end. I can only assume they're connected. I feel like he did something bad to us. Honestly, he's probably nowhere near as... Oh dear, it's another thumper. Sim's magic finger. I'm pretty confident Sim is, like, non-hostile. In general, unless you're addicted to him. Utopia's given you clearance to poke around the ruins in the secret valley. Stars, this place is neat. Dees thinks so too. At least we didn't have to climb back down again, he mutters, but you can tell he's excited. The buildings are arranged in a spiral formation around a central point. They're made of that oil-slick obsidian, something that looks like petrified bone, and have parts missing where some other organic material has long since rotted away. It's all overgrown with vines and buried in shifting sands. Sweat's non-hostile, sure. I don't think he's hostile. Specifically. Unless you're addicted to him, Ingrid. What did you do? You follow the spokes of the streets until you approach the center of the valley, where a large pyramid-shaped building sits surrounded by thumpers and a variety of other small buildings. Take a look at the thumpers. The 4 thumpers are in careful alignment, forming a square with wide paths between them and the pyramid in the center. One is almost reduced to rubble. None are still active. Investigate the other buildings. Smaller, more deteriorated pyramid buildings dot around the valley, purposes unknown. There are also dozens of little obelisks, a couple meters wide with a circular design on one side. You approach a random one of these on the edge of the valley. You lean on one of the round designs and the iris dilates open, sections grinding back like the world's rustiest automated door. Oh, you never met him? Well, there you go. You never met him until he showed up in his true form, and spoilers. Yeah, you didn't give him any positive interactions. And given Deese's behavior, yeah, that's probably where you ran into a large problem. Okay. Now you're looking through a large round door into a small, featureless room. Quite small. Quite featureless. Totally dark. Very creepy. But you can hear a faint hum. It's still powered. Yeah, fuck it, let's go. Challenge them. Don't you dare. 5, 6, 5. Can you not? Can I? Okay, fine. We'll just. Fine. Oh, that doesn't have any effect on that one, does it? Oh, neighboring social cards. It's only hostile to social cards. Okay, okay, okay. I have an understanding. 5, 5, 3, 2. No, that doesn't work. Shoot. There we go. We get a pair and a set. Oh, we're in so much danger. It's fine. Nobody died because of it. That's the important thing. Speak for yourself. +1, 2. Red challenges. 3, 2, 1. 26, 35. Okay. Shit. I think we can do this. Okay. Shit, we're out of logs. How did that go up? We don't have the stress for it. Oh, never mind. We do. We totally do. You walk in, Dee's close behind, and suddenly the iris closes, the floor lurches, and you're moving down. An elevator. The elevator squeals and grinds away like it hasn't been used in literally thousands of years. It doesn't go far, then grinds to a halt, and the iris opens to reveal a large room with obsidian walls. Like all convergent domain spaces, it's more cave than room, with stalactites everywhere and giant lumpy mounds of fungus. You wonder if the obsidian stuff they built with melts over time, running and dripping in extreme slow motion. There are consoles on all the walls, like this is some kind of control room, maybe. Most of it is long, dark, and covered with a thick layer of dust, except one device with 2 weird, bony, knobby sticks poking out of it. We will leave for now, even though that cost, and we will come back to that, because I think we can probably do better with engineering or reasoning. Let's see if we can check out the pyramid. You walk all around the massive pyramid, but you don't see any entrance into it. It's sealed tight. It vibrates with significance and looms hugely in your dream memories. You feel faint just being close to it, but Dees doesn't seem to feel anything. When he insists you give up and investigate something else, you don't complain. Okay, we'll leave for now. I'm not gonna touch it without when there's a chance I could come back with better stats and, like, not ruin something. You come across a particularly flat area, a large field of obsidian. Well, obsidian is the only word you have for it, but you've never seen obsidian this bright. It's like a rainbow is trapped underneath its glossy black surface. Like the entire ground here is polished black opal. The field glints under the sun at certain angles, momentarily blinding you. It looks slippery and shiny. Skate, skate, skate! Please, give me some bravery points. I'm so low. Touching things stops people dying sometimes. Blink twice if I need to touch this. Oh, cool. The value remains 0. I will absolutely take that personally. Nice. You take off your shoes and glide around in your sock feet. You take a tumble and get a little bruised, but have a blast. Woo! Do some science while you're here. You find a patch that's a little different and take some readings. You confirm the material is not natural. It must have been created by the Convergent Domain because it's the same stuff they made the thumpers out of. Silica mixed with some trace organic elements. By looking at the striations in the cliff nearby, you determine that this entire region used to be covered in a thick sheet of this dark glass rock. In most places there is now a layer of soil over it, but if you dig down far enough, you'll probably find this layer everywhere. Like the whole place has been glassed. No wonder there are so few plants here. The Convergent Domain must have paved this area to discourage plant life from growing. All except for the crystals, which seem to sprout happily from the obsidian pavement. Let me see. Dust. Is Vertumna in dust, or what is the next one? Wet? I think it's at the end of dust, because it's the harvest season. And then we have wet. I feel like I want to come back with lower stress before I touch that thing. Because we're definitely, I feel like we're definitely gonna need that to push through. Oh, I got an engineering point too. Oh, now is Vertumna. It's Vertumna! Everyone's in high spirits as you decorate the colony square. The great tables are piled high with food, groaning under the weight of heaps of roasted and steamed vegetables, barbecued meat, stews, carafes of mulled cider, and cakes dripping with frosting and sugarbug syrup. You gather in the colony square for the usual speeches. Lum takes the stage to fanfare and applause. "Hello, people of Vertumna!" he exclaims over the din. "Happy Vertumnalia!" He takes a big theatrical breath. "Do you smell that? That's the smell of victory. We humans have secured our hold on this planet, and now it's time to celebrate." Prick. Lum gestures to the sagging feast tables. "Eat, drink, and be merry." The crowd cheers again. After the council members have each given their annual reports, everyone starts clearing the square to set up for the Vertumnalia Games. You feel the pulse of a new holo message in your palm and open it up to read. "Happy Vertumnalia. There's a present for you on the table. XOXO, your secret admirer." You rush over to the feast table and spot a wrapped present in among the roasted vegetables. "Wow, you have a secret admirer?" If he takes too large a breath, his titties are going to pop out. Heh. I don't see the downside. This had better not be some... Oh, this is going to be one of the Helio boys, like, being rude. Never mind. This is fine. You unwrap your present. It's a data band. You snap it on your wrist and boot it up on your hollow palm. It's full of all your favorite songs, videos, shows, and games. A collection curated by someone who must really know you. Now you'll always have your media with you, even if the net goes down, including all your favorite episodes of The Rise and Fall of Sanctuary Moon. Nice. It'll be whoever your friendship is highest with, just... Aww. Well, I find it hard to believe Dees wrote that note, but okay. You search the hollow palm for any hint as to who could have made it, but you can't find anything. You'll have to ask around. But later. The games are about to begin. Hold on. Yeah, it has to have been Dees. That is the funniest possible note for him to do. I'm going to do the talent show because I did Xeno wrangling before and I don't think Cal's forgiven me yet. Mars and Rex report to the stage for the all-talent extravaganza. Rex has nanoprinted a guitar and bows deeply to Mars before taking the stage. "I dedicate my performance to your beauty, milady," he says, and Mars giggles. Rex plucks a simple but charming song about how the most important quality in a partner is confidence. Mars takes the stage after him and does... Well, you can't see very well from the wings of the stage, but it appears to be some kind of interpretive dance about freedom? Autonomy? Whatever it is, it has some of the adults wiping away tears. What do you do? A juggling act. Rex plays Wonderwall. Hey, no, don't accuse him of having a fedora. He's just learning from bad media. He's too cute. The juggling act or the comedy routine. I don't think I can do a comedy routine. I'm gonna fucking do it anyway. Why is the goal 90? I mean, oh dear. +2 if stress is over 50. Hell yeah. +3 if in the first or last pain. Cool. We're boned. Oh, wait a second. +6 if that card's blue. Can't do that. Set neighbors to that value. 4, 5, 3, and 3. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Okay, slightly better for that. +1 for gems on each card. We don't have any of those. +1 if this is the highest value, but we don't need that. 5, 4. Unfortunate. No. Why did I get another one? But we can push through for the 20 stress. You have the crowd in stitches. People are literally crying with laughter. You win by a large margin of raucous applause. See, I was gonna say maybe we should let someone else win, but that's a +8 card. I'll take it. After the festivities, everyone descends on the feast. You heap your plate with more food than you could eat in 3 sittings. When all of the food is gone, and the sunset has broken the heat of the day, people break out their instruments. Everyone dances well into the night. Oh, new perk. Draw an extra card at the start of challenges. Perfect. Much obliged. I'm sure that will help. No, it won't. You find Kyle catching a break in the shade of one of the gardening sheds, a wide-brimmed hat pulled down low over his eyes. Hearing you approach, he lifts the brim and shoots you a smile. Hey, Solana! Taking a break too? Someone gave you a data band. It might have been Cal. Leave him alone for now. You can always ask again later. Since we know it's going to be Dees, we can ask Dees just straight off the bat. Even though... sure, why not? If we make eye contact with this, we're probably going to scare the shit off of him. Are you my secret admirer? Dees doesn't meet your eyes. So what if I was? Don't make a big deal about it. But I like you too! Dees stops and turns towards you, slowly, like he can't believe your words. What? Why? I feel like if I do this, he'll just heart attack on the spot. Poor guy. I'm gonna do it. I think it would be funny. Yeah. Spooked him. You lean in and kiss Dees on the cheek, and he jerks away. Too close, he stammers, throwing the rest of the gear into the vehicle and skittering away. Okay, that was a little mean of me, but it was funny. Okay, oh, it is not gifting season again, which is tragic. I wanted to go to engineering. Oh, I should check if Nem has something new to say. Nope. Never mind. Hey, Nem. You good, babe? Nope. Still have a crush on the single worst person in the colony. Well, okay, maybe second. Lum is still here. I want to do engineering for a little bit. Yeah, I think we need a little bit of engineering. I kind of want to get my empathy up, though. I feel like that's going to be of direct benefit to my continued existence. Help in the kitchens. Aunt Anne comes bursting into the kitchens carrying a large crate. Special delivery, Solana! She sets the crate down on the prep table and sticks her hand inside. It's time to do my very favorite thing in the kitchen, figuring out new ways to cook fresh food. You grew up eating soy rations, tasteless but nutritious. The hydroponics aboard the spaceship never made enough to feed everyone, so fresh food was a luxury. Anne's always excited to try her hand at real cooking. With a flourish, she pulls from the box an alien plant you've never seen before. It's pale blue-green, oblong, and about the size of her forearm. It hits the cutting board with a disturbingly meat-like slap, and immediately starts oozing slime onto the surface. Your father finally cleared this friendly little fruit for human consumption, Aunt Anne says. It doesn't even have a name yet. You could come up with something fitting while you figure out how to use it. You look dubiously at the weird fruit. As you watch, it glorps out a fresh wave of slime. Cool, it's a hagfish. Aunt Anne catches your disgusted expression and laughs. The business of eating can really turn your stomach sometimes. Imagine, back on Earth, everyone used to eat meat from living things. This is a blessing, Solana. Who knows what we can do with this little plant? You know what? I'll try it. You bisect the weird fruit. The goop seems to come from ducks under its thick skin, not the creamy yellow flesh inside. I think we have the iron stomach card from something else as well. You pop a piece in your mouth. It's kind of sweet, like aloe, crunchy and gooey at the same time. I've never chewed aloe. Eat meat, how backwards. Oh, actually, yeah, we're in the perfect spot to be... No, that's kudos. I thought that was a buff to our empathy gains. Oh well. I need to go to... I think it's gifting season again? No. Okay. Might apply to be a tutor to have that available. That notice is still on the engineering holoweb. Chief Engineer Instance needs someone to help with after-school tutoring. Literally, anyone who isn't a complete idiot will do because she's desperate. Please apply. You tell Dr. Instance that you're interested in the job. She looks up from her hollow palm like she's just noticed you exist. Yes, you'll do, she says, nodding. The younger, slower kids have trouble keeping up with congruence sometimes. You mostly just have to pat them on the back now and then, and stop them from wandering off when they're supposed to be studying. No offense, but anyone with a pulse could do it. You wait for further instruction. Instance sighs, shooing you away dismissively. You know where the classrooms are. Just come whenever you're not doing whatever nonsense teenagers do here. That's also an empathy booster and reasoning. You might want to get that up to 30. 30, 35, 30, I think. Why am I over here? Ah, the supply depot. The hollow rifle is still there. It's 300? Shit. Well, I guess we're getting the tase gloves. Oh, shit. +5 to biology, +5 to animals. Don't need +5 to animals. We're maxed on that. It's not great. It's only plus to flushes. I suppose I should have guessed that this was not going to be the same price as this. Sure, we'll get the tase gloves. The combat boost can't hurt. Let me see. Gear. +10 to combat. +20 to combat. +1 skill on challenge win. Oh, yeah, we do want that, actually. At least for a little bit. We have a nice big stack of combat. And now it is back into the kitchens. Because I want the empathy boost, please. Some families have private kitchens with their own culinary nanoprinters, but everyone is sick of eating the bland, oddly textured food that comes out of them. Eating real food in the canteen, food that someone made with their own hands, is a luxury that few people take for granted. The canteen is a place of joy around meal times, even if you've only managed to make a simple stew. Plus, those machines weren't meant to last forever. The colony needs to learn how to cook real food again. Heck. That'll do. I get a bonus to creativity, and I got... okay, so creativity is the primary. We only get the buff from Vriki on the primary. Well, can't hurt to buff our creativity, I suppose. I wonder how many kudos we make from doing literally anything. Oh, perfect. Bobber fruit. We were out of those for Cal. I think we've done that one. Oh dear, Tang's getting attached to the soldiers. Tang, no, you're better than this. Let's see, it's a little early wet. She likes flowers and roots. Here, have a flower. I hope you find it useful. I'm not flirting with you, Tang, I'm sorry, but I've already flirting with like 5 different people. Boober fruit, I heard that. No? I think I said boba. You spot Tang sitting on a large boulder outside the lab. She's eating a pressed soy bar ration with determination, alternating bites with huge gulps of water to wash it down as quickly as possible. What are you doing out here? She stops her grim work long enough to acknowledge your question. I hit the limit on the number of consecutive hours that'll allow me to work in the lab, she says. So I'm taking a break, she says, making mocking air quotes around the sentence. How dare they? That's what I said, Tang replies. They just think they can boss me around because I'm younger. She scoffs. I'm smarter than any 2 of them combined. Ugh. Tang groans and rubs her bloodshot eyes. I just want to work, you know. It's so frustrating to be deep in the zone and feeling like I'm just on the precipice of a discovery, and then someone tells me that apparently my genius is taking too long. I want them to treat me like I belong there, the way Dr. Instance does, Tang mutters. She actually respects me. They're just jealous she likes me more. Tang slides off the boulder, and you see the color bleed from her face as she stumbles into you, nearly crumpling to the ground. Oh, she grits out, leaning over while the dizziness passes. I thought the nutritional uptake of that bar would be quicker than a real meal, especially after taking into account the time required to walk to the cafeteria. She trails off, realizing she's clutching your jacket, and pushes you away. My apologies, she says, brushing herself off. I am, regrettably, it seems, only human. Tang scrubs her hands over her face. Ugh. Sometimes it feels like I'm a prisoner in my own body. Like I can feel myself trapped in it. This stinking, sweating bag of meat and bad impulses, stuck with the burden of keeping it alive every day for the rest of my life, and her voice breaks. Tang, wait, are you crying? Tang scowls and wipes her eyes angrily. Reflexive lacrimation is a revolutionary response to emotional and physical stress, she snaps. In other words, no, I'm not crying. It's just this resentment for my physical form. It reminds me of when I was little and an Instance used the gene tech to give me this body, the right body. Only this body is wrong too, she adds quietly. It's right in a lot of ways, but it's still imperfect. It's still human. If I were an AI, everything would be more simple. I could just do my work. I could just do what I'm good at. No messy biological functions, no emotions, just clear and beautiful purpose. I hate this, Tang sniffles. I hate feeling like this. I'm always here to listen, Tang. Tanjin manages a watery smile as she wipes her eyes. Thanks. she says. I apologize for being all wet on you. It won't happen again. She wipes her eyes and straightens her jacket, then takes a deep breath and holds it for 10 seconds, her eyes closed. By the time she opens them again, she looks ready to go back to work as if nothing has happened. You admire Tangent's determination, but sometimes you think it might come at a price. What is our other we've learned? Well, now I'm curious. I think it's one of these. Where they fall on the scale. Let me see. Well, we never learned it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we don't have that section on some of these, so. We still don't know what Deese's augment is. I think it's the lack of fear, isn't it? Madam, that's something very different. Rip. I assume you mean Tang not wanting to be... Oh. I think if you said that to her, she might kill you. But your fight for survival would be entertaining to watch. So please, let me know. I can't believe you're not flirting with Tang. When she gets her next sprite, I'm weak. You're right, but I was trying to, like, pick one. I may have picked 3, but that's beside the point. Or 4. Okay, Solana is, or Nem is still. You like crystals, right? Hold on, do you? No, you like eggs. You hate crystals. Cool. When's your birthday? Early dust. Where are we? Early wet? Yeah. You're having a flower. Vase is still jacking himself off about how great he is. I think we've given him this. Here, have a medicinal root. Maybe that'll shut you up. Nope. Didn't I already give him one of those? Shoot. Except the soldier. Pick them all except the soldier ass so he can die alone. Give him a break. I don't have a break! Rex peers out from under an awning at the torrential rain. I learned my lesson last year. If I go out in that, I'll smell like wet dog for hours and hours, he pouts. You know anything fun we can do while we wait for the rain to stop? Yep, you're getting hugged. Ah, yeah! Rex is great. You follow the sounds of laughter and find Nomi and Rex playing catch. Or maybe the word for the game they're playing is more like fetch. Nomi throws the ball as far as they can, and Rex tears after it, climbing and leaping over anything in his way like it's not even there. Rex hands the ball back to Nomi, and Nomi winds up to throw it again, but at the last second, they palm the ball and hide it under their arm. Rex barrels off away from Nomi with his ground-eating stride, and gets pretty far away before he stops and looks around, confused. He looks back at Nomi, who waggles the ball at him and bursts out laughing. Nomi! He shouts, running back to them. He picks them up and hauls them over his shoulder, and Nomi shrieks with delight as Rex spins them around. 2 Helio kids in their crisp uniforms pass by, glaring archly at Rex and Nomi. Rex sets Nomi down, then spots you over Nomi's shoulder. Oh hey, it's Solana! He says, and Nomi turns around and gives you a stunningly bright smile. Rex slings his arm over Nomi, and Nomi lays their head on his shoulder. They're both breathless and beaming with happiness. What's the deal with your Helio friends? Rex and Nomi look at each other and stick out their tongues. They aren't our friends, Rex replies, shrugging. All they want to do is act like mindless little soldiers and measure each other's dicks. He rolls his eyes. There's so many more fun things to do with... Nomi thumps Rex in the chest. Don't be gross, they whine. Sorry, Nomi, Rex apologizes. I just mean, we don't need anyone else. Ever since we were kids, it's been me and Nomi here. They're my best friend. I love them like my sibling. Nomi smiles shyly and hides their face. Rex is my best friend too. Aw, buddy! Rex coos and wraps his whole body around Nomi's smaller one. He kisses them noisily on the cheek, snuffling into their hair, while Nomi shrieks with laughter again. We were always the odd ones out on the heliopause, Rex says. People thought we were weird, you know? You probably don't see it here because everyone is so awesome here, but compared to the rest of those smug, boring jerks, we really stuck out. But I'd rather be different than be like them. He looks down at Nomi, who beams up at him. And I got to be different with my best friend, which was awesome. We just hung out together and had our own fun while everyone else trained to be proper little soldiers. Right, Nomi? Nomi frowns. Like Vase and all of his cronies, they say quietly. It wasn't all fun and games. Rex shushes Nomi and strokes his hand through their hair. I know, he says, but that's in the past. We don't have to grow up to be soldiers. We're here now, and there's so many more people to be friends with. He shoots you a smile, like Solana. Maybe more than friends? I hate that whole, no, don't get me started on the whole, like, framing romantic relationships as, like, greater than friendships, because I will not shut up, and I will be mad about it. Oh. Nomi grimaces and makes a yuck noise into Rex's shoulder, but Rex's smile gets even bigger. Well, I wouldn't say no. Nomi, come back. I'm sorry, I love you. Wait, have they disappeared? Oh dear. I have upset the bestie. Mars throws a bulging tote bag onto the ground. Out with the old, she announces. All of these are ready for the textiles recycler. If you want to go through them, go for it. They're all so last season. So they're perfect for someone who doesn't really get fashion, like you. I can't wait to get some new clothes. It feels like I've been wearing the same thing for years. Don't worry about it. Oh, it's her birthday. Shit. Oh, we didn't give Rex a stick either. Did we? I don't think we did. Do we even? Stop running away. Yes. Have a present. I don't have any sticks. Your birthday is in pollen. Well, if we could figure out Nomi's birthday, we might be able to apologize to them for upsetting them. But they have disappeared. Cal. Please don't ever refer to... I'm not drinking that straight from the tap, Cal. Here, have a fruit. Probably better for your health. Nomi has a crush on Rex. They don't like you flirting with Rex. I'm aware of that. I think they'll feel better about it when I start flirting with them, too. On a related note, you have a bounty out for Cupid. 'Tis the season. Wait, no, it's not February, is it? I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend to know. You had plans to hang out with Cal today, but when you arrive at the Geoponics Dome, it's worryingly dark inside. You fumble around in the red emergency lighting until all the lights come back on with the heavy ka-thunk of a breaker being flipped. You blink into the sudden blinding light until the figures of Cal and Chief Engineer Instance resolve themselves in your vision. Absolutely no more of that, young man. Instance scolds Cal as he cradles his hoverboard in his arms. The power grid is not your plaything. I understand, Auntie, Cal says. I'm sorry. Instance mutters to herself as she passes you. Honestly, all of this over a toy. Hey, Dudette, Cal greets you. Sorry, I meant to meet you outside after work, but... He looks down at his hoverboard. My board wouldn't start, and I figured it was maybe out of juice, but when I plugged it in, it threw off all these sparks. And then the whole power grid shut down. Cal's shoulders slump. I was gonna ask Dr. Instance to take a look at it, but she told me she doesn't have time to fix a dumb toy. You were tapped out and drinking what from Cal's tap? Nothing. He was milking a float cow and asked if I'd ever had moo juice straight from the tap. I opted for my dignity not to read that one out loud. Let me take a look. Well, okay, Cal says, slowly, handing over the lifeless hoverboard. I guess you're pretty good at fixing things, am I? You open up the hoverboard and poke around in its guts for a little while. After about 20 minutes of fruitless prodding, you have to admit defeat. You're like 75% sure you know what's broken, and 0% sure you know how to fix it. In fact, you think you might have made it worse for trying. Oops. You hand the hoverboard back to Cal, who cradles it sadly in his arms. Thank you for trying, Solana. I really appreciate it. It's always kind of sad when a piece of old technology needs to be retired, but Cal seems to take this one harder than most. He hugs the hoverboard to his chest and excuses himself, not waiting to hear your goodbye. Okay. He has absolutely nothing new to say from Father Dearest. Is this a greenhouse? 2 empathy from the animals. Oh, I get paid more for this as well. I could have been doing this instead of cooking the entire time. Cool. I'm not taking that personally. Yes, I am. Researching xenobotany gives me bonuses to biology, which I feel like I want, but we need the empathy up. Oh wait, no, that was why we were doing cooking instead, because animals is already maxed out. I should probably get my combat and toughness up for the glow if I'm going to sneak out, but I'm not going to. Just going to force Sim to come to my rescue again. It'll be fine. Aunt Anne is waiting for you in the kitchen when you arrive. There's a strange new smell in the air. Ah, you're here, Anne says. I wanted to tell you something before we get started today. She gestures you over to the stove, where an enormous yellow pot of stew is boiling cheerfully. As you know, the colony was founded on vegetarian principles, she says. Raising animals for their meat on Earth was, well, it wasn't very nice, and it took up a lot of Earth's resources, soil and water and feed that we couldn't bring with us on a spaceship. You nod. Though there are animals on the ranch that produce milk or syrup or high-protein berries, you've never actually cooked meat. You love that my primary skills are see good and pet cats, though you think any D&D player naturally feels they have to have a high perception? Yeah! I even picked the see good, like, birth augment thing, so we are inherently better at seeing. Well, Anne continues, humans have been eating animals for a lot longer than we've been farming them. We used to hunt animals for food and for their furs. Sometimes the ranchers have to slaughter an animal, and, well, some of the foragers... She smiles and wafts the steam from the pot towards her nose, inhaling deeply. Well, sometimes they bring back an animal they've found out there, and it's time we started serving them in the canteen. Anne holds her hands up, warding off your concerns. I know you might find this idea uncomfortable. I want you to remember that this is no different than what would have happened to them in the wild. Most animals are eaten by other animals. Meat is healthy and good for us, she adds, and we need to take advantage of every possible food source. That means, of course, we're not going to waste any part of the animal. Even the bones can be boiled to make stock. Anne sets her hand on your shoulder. Ask Congruence for a tutorial on butchering and preparing an animal and follow her instructions. It needs to be cooked to a certain temperature to make sure it's safe to eat. I've already started the stew to save you some time, she says. While it's simmering, you can start on learning what you'll need to know for tomorrow. With that, she kisses you on the forehead and bustles out of the room. Like always, Anne has left you to manage things in the kitchen without her help. What do you do with this power? I feel like we should negotiate for a vegetarian option, because I think Cal might openly weep if there isn't one. You hollow Aunt Anne in the creche. You tell her that you're not serving the stew unless there's a vegetarian option. It's not right to force other people in the colony to eat meat if they're uncomfortable with the idea. She smiles broadly. Of course, Sunshine! That's a wonderful idea! Why don't you get started on that other stew right now, and make sure both pots are well labeled, so everyone can make their own choice. You make a lot more work for yourself, but you're sure it was the right thing to do. Perception is a dump stat? No, wisdom's a dump stat. Wait, is perception int or wisdom? Ooh, +5 creativity, nice. That is taking forever to get the empathy up. Is it gifting season or was that last season? Okay, that was last season. Okay. Since Nami Nami has opted to not go outside because it's wet out there, which don't blame her. Don't blame them. We are going to de-stress and then we are going to bugger off outside. but we're not going to phrase it like that. Your dad calls you over. Hey, Tomato Head, he says, running his hand through his hair. Have you ever thought about coming to work on the farm with your old man? I could really use the hands around here. He gives you a tired smile. He's really been working hard since your mom died. Well, if you think you're ready, I need people who know more than what end of the shovel goes in the ground. Oh, must be because our biology's higher, right? Yeah. I'm ready. I like a new job. Your dad looks relieved. Great, he says. Just come see me in geoponics when you're ready to start. Glad to have you. It'll be more fun than wheeling dirt around, I promise. Perception is wisdom. Okay, yeah, maybe perception is a dumb stat. I want to see what farming is. Work on the farm. Biology and toughness. That'll be handy next time, but we are going to go and make chaos in the wilds. Oh, we need to be careful because we also need to go out during the glow. Should be alright. Nomi! You're actually outside. Why? Rex and Nomi are curled up together, his head on their lap as they watch something on Nomi's hollow palm. Nomi pauses the show and Rex grumbles sleepily. He must have almost drifted off. Hi, Nomi says, scratching behind Rex's ears. Do you want to watch Turbo Girl Hyperjet transform with us? We're almost ready to start the OVAs. I have a present for you. I don't remember what you like. Is it crystals? Thank goodness it's crystals. What's your birthday? I don't know. Have a cake. Oh, yum yum yum! Looks really tasty, Nomi exclaims. I'll eat cake any day of the week. That's a shame that you didn't tell me when your birthday was. That would have made my life better. You're getting a flower. Oh, it's his birthday. I could have... why does everybody have these all... Too many birthdays. Too many birthdays. Could you guys be born in the 1 month? Okay, start with the ridge. Now I have to remember where the hell the event was, because the boss event will reset after the glow. I think. Which means we want to solve that now. Okay. Where am I going? I don't know. I'm so lost. Oh, hey, Sim's here again. You think you see Sim running through the trees up ahead, near the edge of a cliff. You call out to him, but your voice is drowned out by a screeching roar that shakes the forest. A manticore. You're feeling a remarkable lack of self-preservation today, so you holster your scanner and follow the noise through the trees. To find Sim fending off not 1, but 3 manticores at the edge of the cliff, his back to the fatal drop behind. He's bleeding profusely from his hairline, and his left arm hangs uselessly at his side. He doesn't even register your presence as he tries to calm the beasts with soothing sounds. One of the manticores knocks Sim off his feet, and your heart lurches as a spray of stones clatter down the cliff. The beasts have him completely at their mercy. The lead manticore's delicate feet pin Sim's tattered clothing to the ground, spittle drooling from its misshapen jaws, and you watch Sim's expression twist with an emotion you've never seen in him before. Fear. Alright. Never mind, I guess we're not doing the other one. I guess this is what we're doing now. Okay, that's a much better stress wall. It's close. Somehow, using all of your strength and then more, you defeat the lead manticore. The two smaller ones scatter, hissing their displeasure and biting at each other. With the death of their alpha, negotiating their new pack dynamics should distract them for a while. Are you okay? Sim waves you off with the arm that doesn't hang limp at his side. I am fine, he gasps. I feel pain, but it does not control my behavior as much as it seems to in humans. Sim is barely standing upright after that battle. Truly, he wasn't much help this time. And it seems as though, despite your best efforts, his strength is fading fast. He stumbles into you, knocking you both to the ground. He lands on top of you, your legs intertwined, and his weight pressing you into the dirt. Oof, he gasps. You feel every inch of his long body against yours, stirred to quickening by the adrenaline of the fight. My hero, he murmurs. His eyes fall to your lips. I love the little, avoiding saying the specific thing. Sure, why not? You know what? No, isn't he, dying? I don't want to piss him off. I mean, I assume he's not actively dying. Sure, why not? I need to get a dice roller. Ugh. You close the distance, pressing your lips to Sim's. He makes a sound of surprise that quickly turns to delight, and then surprise again when you hook your leg over his and gently roll on top of him, taking control of the kiss. Sim kisses with a charming innocence at first, clearly improvising his way through his first kiss, though he's quick to respond to your touch. You flick your tongue against his lips and he opens his mouth to you, allowing you to taste deeply of him as his good hand digs into your side. It's not long at all before he's responding in kind, and you're both... Please tell me it stops after this paragraph. You're both breathing heavily into each other's mouths as you discard all sense of propriety and grind against each other in the dirt. Oh, Sim gasps as you break away for breath. He sounds dazed. Is it always like that? You wouldn't know, but you nod anyway. Sim makes a hungry noise and claims your mouth again, kissing you passionately. I didn't know you felt this way. Sim looks unusually bashful. I was too subtle, he murmurs, and for that you have my apologies. Everything I have learned of love has been from researching your holographic videos, he continues quietly. I did not know it was possible. I did not have words for this feeling. I love this planet deeply, he says. You listen intently, playing with a lock of his hair. And I love my purpose here. I love every living thing, and I take comfort in knowing our fates are inescapably intertwined. Sim places his hand over your chest, but there are no words for the feeling I have here when I see you, like an ache that pulls me to you. I envision things with you that are impossible to explain. He looks away, and you see color rise in his cheeks. Forgive my crudeness, but I know of the biological imperative of all life. Gardeners do not share this imperative, and do not feel driven to, physicality, but with you, He bites his lip. Perhaps it is this body, perhaps it is you. All I know is that I would very much like to kiss you again, and I would not like to stop. You're about to grant his wish when you're both startled by a crashing sound from the trees. You jolt apart in time to see one of the two remaining manticores breaking through the tree line and roar at you, blood and spittle spraying from its ravenous jaws. There is no sign of the other, clearly lesser manticore. Saved from fucking getting TOS'd by a very angry manticore. Run! Sim gasps, pulling you both to your feet. He gives you a push, and you start running parallel to the cliff, trying to get some distance before it's safe to duck back into the trees. You don't hear Sim behind you. You whirl around, just in time to see Sim clash with the manticore, grappling with its huge front claws as it pushes him closer to the edge of the cliff with dancer-like strength. Go, Sim yells. Rocks scatter down the cliff by his feet. Please, Solana, just go. You don't even have the chance to be a hero. The manticore takes Sim's neck in its jaws and he screams in pain. Wow! That ended quickly, and we even get a cutscene for it, basically. Saved from fucking, you could have left it there. Sim locks eyes with you once more as time slows to a crawl, then speeds up as he grabs hold of the manticore and launches himself backwards off the cliff. They're gone before you can even scream. You rush to the edge, too late to catch even his trailing, tattered coat. It's a long way down, and the wind buffets your face viciously. You try to blink away the image of their bodies falling through the air, now seared into your memory. You turn away from the smudges at the bottom of the cliff, but you still see it. You sit down, stunned, and stay that way for a long time. How could he be gone, just like that? Dead? There won't be any funeral for him, the alien who would be human. It's not like you can bring his remains home to be properly recycled. It's a small comfort that, at least out here, it won't be long until nature takes its course. Sim would probably have wanted that, you think. With a heavy heart, you return to the transport station. You just want to go home. Damn it. What are we at now? 5 corpses? Cool! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great! I hate this planet. 7 Fs. Rip me. Did I give the man a hollow drive full of smut? I think I just gave him, like, every piece of information we brought with us, which probably included the Titanic. Actually, I think it definitely included the Titanic. You know what? No more gifts. I'm out for a start. Let me see. Well, he'll be fine. Yeah, I know that. I wasn't gonna say it. I was trying to let the emotions sink in. Calm down. You're a menace. A menace. Yeah, fucking nobody's outside. Well, I know where I'm going, and it's outside. Shit, I can't. Damn it. It was explicitly recommended to me. You didn't know that? Oh, there's no way. Okay. I was about to say there's no way they're gonna kill him off just like that, but then I remembered Tammy, so yeah, maybe they do just kill him off just like that. Fuck. 25 kills, you get a nuke and just end the game. No, thank you. I have seen his real form and it can definitely survive that fall. Cool! Hey, Grape, I'm going to hit you with a stick. Alright, we're going into the kitchens. It's the only place we can go cry in the kitchens. First collectible use is free. Probably should have swapped out my gear. Is it not? Damn it! What, there's no spoiler there, he just big. I mean... okay. Nobody tell them what the phrase real form is like. No. Move that one up there, that one there, and that one there. Oh, for feck's sake. Okay. You're lying in bed, staring at the wormhole through your window, when you hear a deep thump resonate through the ground. And then a second one, quieter. The woven roof of your room quivers, unleashing a season's worth of fine glowing dust to sift through the air. Through your open window, you hear voices sounding the alarm. The annual offense is here, and leading the charge are two massive faceless. Join the fray! More bad life choices. You grab a plas rifle and report to the front, where a line of soldiers has taken up arms and is waiting for orders. The colony prepares to defend itself against the two building-scale faceless, as well as a teeming swarm of smaller xenos that seethe towards you. Hold steady, orders Security Chief Rat. Keep the line. No! Governor Lum yells, running from the front gates to the front of the defensive line. He elbows Rhett out of the way and waves his arms wildly. Bring them closer! Draw them in! This man is a fucking brain-dead moron. Rhett stops himself from shoving Lum back, but just barely, you can tell. Are you serious? He retorts. We can't let them any further into the colony. We're going to fight them on our territory, Lum cries, raising his plas rifle over his head with one hand. We have the walls, let's use them. We'll let them come inside and pick them off one by one. The walls are to keep them out, you dipshit. I mean, we can't pick off a faceless? Rhett sputters from the sidelines. Lum smiles maniacally. You can see the gleam of his teeth from here. I have a plan, he roars. Just follow my lead. And with that, he turns and begins to run towards the approaching animals, roaring taunts and firing wildly into the fray to draw them closer. Well, at least he's stupid enough to charge at them. At a loss, Rhett motions you all to fall back and let the animals approach. The area just behind the gates becomes a swirling melee of smaller xenos and plas rifle fire, the two faceless lumbering slowly behind. I mean, I feel like trying to stay out of the way is a better fucking idea here. Number 8 incoming. I will not be counting Lum as a death after if he does die, because he's a prick. And it'll be deserved. Lums don't count as people. It's fine, it's not like Lum would nearly blow up the colony. Yeah, sure, I definitely buy that line. Let me see. You're not exactly a professional soldier, but you manage to hold your own against the Xenos, even though you still scream and retreat when something gets too close. You don't injure any humans with your plas rifle, at least. Hey, our combat's decent. Out of the artillery smoke wafting over the battlefield, Lum comes running. Here they come! Here they come! He shouts joyfully, plowing through the gates with the two faceless galloping behind him. It's without a doubt idiotic and horrendously dangerous. You can't help it. You hit record on your holopalm and film the ensuing chaos. You catch a glimpse of Chief Rhett putting his hand over his face and sighing. A squad of Helio soldiers takes up the charge and helps shepherd the faceless into the open area in the middle of the colony. Why did we build walls? We could have just laid out a red carpet. These people are morons. You have horrible flashbacks to the first time you saw a faceless inside these walls. From the looks on the faces of the other Stratos, you're not the only one. Then, you're all thrown to the ground by a tremendous explosion. Fire engulfs the center square, roasting the two faceless in an inferno that blasts the sweat from your pores. Oh my god, you were actually referring to Lum. I thought you were referring to Deese's bullshit. He actually... in the middle of the colony? Rocks and chunks of dirt patter all around you, with the occasional thunk of burning mushwood. Those soldiers nearest the blaze all recoil in surprise. Clearly, no one but Lum knew the square had been rigged with explosives. You don't think anyone was caught in the blast, but it was close. Lum stands before the blaze, laughing and firing at the two tortured faceless as they roast to death. You raise your hollow palm to capture the image, his silhouette dark against the column of flame and smoke. It was ridiculously dangerous and stupid, but it does look pretty cool in your recorded footage. People filter out from their hiding places, shielding their faces from the heat coming off the bonfire in the middle of the square. On the horizon, the first watery rays of quiet sunrise are struggling to make a dent in the hot orange glare. The colony's fire suppression system is turned on the square, revealing the charred corpses of the two faceless. Utopia walks by with a reclamation team, hauling an industrial plas cutter on a hoverlift. Did he use the man-in explosives? Utopia says in awe. Mighty bold of him. Suppose those things will blow a hole in a mountain. Or a creature, I suppose. She sighs. Wish he could have saved him from man-in. That must have been the last of them, and we sure can't make more. Then she and her crew are out of earshot as they pick their way down the blast crater to carve up the faceless for recycling. Unfortunately, what is colony shit. I don't even know which stat that's supposed to be, or if there's any way I could track that. Probably a hidden stat. Unfortunately, the colony wasn't prepared for an attack of this magnitude, or the havoc that or the havoc that Governor Lum brought down with those explosives. While everyone was distracted by the pyrotechnics, Xenos got into one of the greenhouses and destroyed next season's seedlings. And not all the explosives went off. As Utopia's team starts their cleanup, a stray charge suddenly explodes across the field. Shrapnel zips past you as everyone dives for cover. A piece hits you in the thigh. Yee effing stars, ouch! As you gingerly check the nasty burn on your leg, you consider that, if Utopia is right, at least the garrison's out of explosives to play with. You can't just nanoprint more unstable molecules like those. But how will the colony defend itself during the next attack? Oh hey, we've all aged again, haven't we? I love the hair. Over the years, a lot of people have started wearing a lot less clothing than you remember from when you were growing up on the climate-controlled stratospheric. Definitely a lot less than in the holovids you brought from Earth. Rex, though. Rex has really acclimated to Vertumna's hot, sultry weather. Oh, I wish I had the empathy to take my own shirt off in solidarity. You know, I feel like we're no longer flirting with Rex. I'm too sad about Sim. But also, telling him to put a shirt on just seems rude. It's his business. It's not like he's got, what's the word all the websites use? Female-presenting nipples. Rex will be naked by the time he's 50. I'm pretty sure Rex will be naked by the time we're like 20. We're only, what, 17? Dude, put a shirt on. Are you kidding me? He asks, throwing his arms wide. First, it's hot as balls out here. I work outdoors and whoo-wee. No joke, I'd take off more if I could. He cranes his head up to the sky. Second, I like the feeling of the sun on my skin. After 15 years in a sunless tube hurtling through space, I want to soak in as much as I can. It makes me feel great. Rex laughs and knocks himself into your shoulder. I think our bodies were meant to live this way. And don't even get me started about pants, bud. That man is a menace. You refuse to believe he's 17? How old is he? Yeah, he's 17 for a month. And then 3 sections. And then he will be 18. You look over Nomi's shoulder and see they're drawing a whole page dedicated to native Vertumnan plants. They look up at you and rub their cheek with the end of their pencil. Oh, they're adorable. I know we're supposed to believe in Governor Lum, they confess, but what if we accidentally hurt the planet? What if some of the super cool plants and animals die? They look down at their page. I just think it'd be really sad if that happened. I'm gonna assume you like crystals. Woohoo, I was right. And now we have their friendship back up to where it was before I accidentally flirted with the guy that they like, so that's great. Recovery. Alright, we'll do Vase later, because Vase is a prick. Ingrid may have had a point about flirting with Tang. I think we've done that conversation before. I don't think we have anything for Tang. Nem is... Oh, Nem looks good too. Kind of digging the mermaid vibe, even though I know those are armor scales. He just got taller. Let's see Cal. Oh, Mars! Oh, she looks fantastic. Cal got beefy? Oh dear, maybe I've been flirting with the wrong ones. I have no gift for you, Mars, I'm afraid. For God's sake, Cal. Cal is holding an ice pack to his face. Hey, Solana! He greets you, giving you a half-hearted wave. Don't worry, he says, indicating the swelling scrape across his cheek. Kinda weird how me and Rex get so clumsy around the Helios kids, huh? He gives you a significant look. You guys are scrapping. You think I'm dumb? Your dad is sitting on the fence overlooking the animal paddocks, chewing on a piece of grass. Oh hey, Sugar Bean, he says, patting the fence next to him. Come to take a look at the wild, dangerous aliens? You watch the float cows bob along peacefully. Every so often, one of them releases a jet of liquid and lifts up into the air. Your dad laughs every time. Gross, he says. I guess not much more weird than when we used to drink milk from cows and goats. Cal just became more of a husbando, yeah. And now we're stuck on this screen for the rest of the stream. It's fine, it's fine. Who are we missing? Who are we missing? I cannot keep track of all these people. I knew we were missing Decent. Did you just grow up to be a robot? Oh shit, yeah, I never actually got to tell him that. Tattoo is pretty neat. Sim is what? Deece doesn't believe when you tell him. But I just saw him. You're lying. He can't be dead. He refuses to listen and just keeps repeating that you must be wrong. Well, I'm injured, I'm sad, and it's snowing, so I'm going to take a rest. Let me see. I think if I rest indoors, I get friendship points with Nummy, so... No, it's Rex. Where is Nummy Nummy? There you are. You are significantly behind. Did I just accidentally... Okay, no. I just accidentally changed my appearance. I'm pretty sure I can't rest in here. Dang it. Kind of a waste to rest now, but I have the injury to get rid of, so here we stand. This is the depot, of course it is. Colony security 40%. Shit, we need to do that. Visit the supply depot. What do we got? 50? Yeah. Somebody has to have a birthday, right? What is it? Early quiet season. I think I could organize these by whose birthday? Early dust. Late dust. Late wet. Late wet. Early wet. Deceased. Pollen. No idea. Deceased. Oh, it actually tells me cause of death. Great. Needed that. Mid-wet. Well, you're not getting a cake anyway because you're a dick. Okay. Relaxing, that's what I need to do. Yeah, that one can... Oh, wait, no, that's... Their versatility is super handy, but you make room for better cards. It's your 17th birthday, but it's not just your birthday. Quiet is a time of new growth, a celebration of life and hope. Not for just this year, but for humanity's presence on Vertumna for years to come. You and your friends are the symbol of that hope. Quite literally, you are the future of humanity. Hey, I didn't eat him. That was a manticore. I was just trying. As you're all beginning to take your places as adults in the colony, the council has decided to throw a party in your honor, the Vertumna Youth Ball. Mars is organizing it, of course. You get an embossed invitation, on real paper, slipped under your door. Ideally no, but because Mars is organizing it, I feel bad. My group is the future of humanity? Yeah! They're dropping like flies? Listen, okay. One of the future of humanity is dead. Sim isn't even human. These two are old, and she's already had a kid. Old already has a kid. Old, no idea about child status. Okay, calm was probably a bad call. Listen, it's the teenagers that are supposed to be, like, the next generation here. Losing Sim means you lose genetic diversity? That's one way of putting it. But I don't know how well the genetics of shape-shifting planetary tree people work with humanity, so... Calm is the only one there's no way to save? I don't know. I know, yeah, Hal, Tonin, Flu, and Tammy you can save. I don't know about Uticott. I think like Lum coming in and becoming governor is definitely to happen, so I think Uticott gets out of the... You can save Uticott? Well, rip to her. Alright, we're gonna go party for Mars. You slip into some party clothes and head over to the lounge to celebrate, well, yourselves. And yourself, specifically. It is your birthday, after all. The lounge is all decked out. The decorations look expensive. Must have taken a lot of nanoprinter creds. Your friends are transformed too. Everyone has dressed up and looking like the young adults you're becoming. You can hardly recognize some of them. Mars catches your eye and waves, her bangles jingling joyfully. She looks like a model from her holomags, every inch of her primped, painted, and perfumed. Solana, happy birthday! I'm so glad you could make it, she says, over the steady thrum of the music. Drinks are over there. Make your song request a congruence, and take off your shoes. You look down at your boots, then back up at Mars skeptically. She rolls her eyes and does a little bounce. Sock hop, just like on Earth, duh. At the refreshment table, Cal is stuffing his face with party food, and Rex shoves 2 glasses of punch in your hands. Gotta stay hydrated, he says, pouring himself another glass. We'll be sweating it out one way or another. He winks at you. Don't let them fool you, Tangent mutters, joining you. She smears a glob of something pink and meaty looking on a cracker. It's a well-documented phenomenon that people inexperienced with imbibing alcohol will begin to act as if they're drunk, even if they're completely sober. To Rex, she adds, I mean, of course, that I am not going to suffer any bad behavior. Rex grins as he pulls a flask out of his vest and pours a healthy addition into his glass. Who says it's going to be an act? Let's get a little loose. Come on, it's a party. The music changes to something fast, something with a fast, pounding beat. Rex throws his head back and howls. Woo! It's time to dance! No! Just hang with your friends. Rex and Mars take to the dance floor, joined by Nem and a reluctant-looking Vase. You stay behind with the others to watch, still marveling at how mature your friends seem tonight. They've transformed, like grotty little grubs, into beautiful Dorbs moths. Dees shows up late and skulks around the outside of the lounge, eventually coming to pick at the food on the table. He keeps his distance from Tangent. Cal eventually heeds the siren call of the dance floor and saunters over to join the others. You're left making somewhat awkward small talk about the food with the 2 siblings. I love that this is stressing me out more. Nomi, who's playing DJ with Congruence, spins up something a lot slower, more romantic. Grab a partner and pull them in close, they announce dreamily, or whatever distance you both feel comfortable with. Everyone giggles awkwardly and shuffles around, feeling the intangible friction of teenage politics. Who dances with whom? Who makes the first move? He's still here. He's probably fled out the door as soon as she said that. Dees is standing over by the DJ screen, helping Nomi with the song selection. He freezes up when you ask him to dance, stammering an excuse, but Nomi gives him a playful shove towards you. Go dance with Solana, they say. I can handle things. Dancing with Dees is a bit of a disaster. Neither of you know where to put your hands, and despite spending the entire song looking at his feet, Dee still manages to step on yours. Oh my god, he looks shell-shocked. Just glossed over the most important decision in game. It's fine. Shame I couldn't take Nomi. I think it's probably because I don't have their relationship high enough. Theirs or Rex's. I'm pretty sure it only gave me options from the people whose was high enough. He holds you rigid-armed and rocks back and forth mechanically until the song, mercifully, comes to an end. Other couples don't seem to have your lack of chemistry. Nem and Vase have skipped dancing and gone straight to sucking face. Dee stares at them for just a bit longer than is appropriate, then blushes and flees the dance floor. I need a screenshot of his fear face. 0 out of 10 for having to read sucking face. After the slow songs, Nomi spins Congruence's music library to something with a little more bounce to it. The dance floor once more floods with bodies ready to gyrate the night away. But the tunes are abruptly interrupted by Governor Lum's Hearspeak hijacking the feed. He strides to the stage, flanked by Security Chief Rhett. Everyone on the dance floor whines in unison at having some buzzkill adult stop the music, but Lum just raises his hands and smiles indulgently. "Look at all of you," he says. "Young pioneers. I look at you and I see the future, not just of this colony, but of all humanity." You catch a few people rolling their eyes. You've heard this before. "Rhett here. Good man, a real good man, really, the best of the colony. Shared this poem from a great Earth poet," Lum continues. "Now, I'm not one for poetry myself, but damn if it's not something I want to share with you kids tonight, on the eve of something really big." He clears his throat and reads from his hollow palm. "We cannot tarry here. We must bear the brunt of danger. We, the youthful, sinewy races, all the rest on us depend. Down the edges, through the passes, up the mountain steep, conquering, holding, daring, venturing as we go the unknown ways, pioneers, oh pioneers. We primeval forests felling, we the rivers stemming, vexing we and piercing deep the mines within, we the surface broad surveying, we the virgin soil upheaving, pioneers, oh pioneers." What is this, like? Is this actually like a human thing, or is this from Lord of the Rings or something? You think Lum wears that weird neck piece because he likes the feel of it? Don't make me think about that. I want this man dead. I don't want to think about what he gets up to with his straps. Grumble and hiss. This is bullshit. Rhett looks a little pained, but Lum continues. "What do you think that poem means, kids?" he asks. "Does it mean we should sit here in our colony, politely waiting for this planet to make a space for us?" He clenches his fist evocatively in the air. "No!" he exclaims. "It means we need to get out there. We need to grab Vertumna by the balls and make it respect us." You love his eyes? At least those aren't attached to his brain, apparently. He points to you specifically. "I need you, the next generation, to lead the charge. This is your planet, and you're old enough now to defend it. I'm asking all eligible fighters to join squads massing at expeditions, to get out there and attack those monsters where they live. We're taking the fight to them. No more hiding behind our walls." To your left, Vase and Nem lead the cheering that erupts. Lum and Rhett leave and the music spins back up again, but only a few die-hard partygoers still want to dance. Everyone else is broken into small groups to discuss the announcement. You are angry. Can we just move him outside the wall permanently? I think we can put him into the ground when he dies and we cook him. "This is bullshit," Cal exclaims, causing a few heads to turn. "They're not even going to try to figure out why the animals are attacking us. They're just going to kill, kill, kill." He waves his arms over his head. "Aren't we supposed to be better than that?" Dees clearly agrees, though much more quietly. "They don't even know what's out there," he mutters. "They have no idea what they're up against." The party fizzles out as everyone drifts away from the lounge. You return to find your dad has stayed up to make sure you got home safe. He's never done that before. You've always been told the colony was safe. Now, you see his sad eyes, and you know that time is over. Cool. Hate that. Don't care much for this war, your dad says, his voice dripping with disdain. I thought we left Earth so we could get away from that kind of thinking. Then a bunch of soldiers show up and all of a sudden we're back where we started? He shakes his head. Don't like that. Not even one little bit. Cal looks up from the geoponics bed where he's doing something sciencey with the water. Oh hey, Solana, he says, just give me a sec. I'm checking the oxygen levels in the beds. Too much and you get too much aerobic bacteria. He huffs a little laugh. I sound like Tang, right? There's a lot of science in this geoponics stuff. It sure is the future. What are we, mid? Quiet? I don't think we know anybody whose birthday's in quiet, so... Why should I care for nature? Mars asks, flipping her hair over her shoulder. The only thing nature has ever done is kill my people. I refuse to be held hostage by a planet that doesn't want us here. She smiles, though her overall expression is dangerous. If nature wants to kill us, well, it's only fair we try to kill it right back. No, Mars. Bad Mars. I think it went the other way. I'm pretty sure nature didn't start trying to kill us till we built lumber camps. But hey, sure, why not? Nomi is playing a game and has nothing new to say about the events, apparently. Sorry, I shouldn't have read ahead on that one. Rex whistles at you as you approach, giving you a heated up and down with his eyes. Did you do something different with your hair? He asks, and then leans in to sniff you. New perfume? No. Is that a new shirt? Whatever you're doing, it's working for you. He makes a claw with one hand and growls sexily at you, then cracks up. Get a hug. Even though that was weird. So, we're at war then, Tang says, fiddling with her microscope. I'm of mixed feelings. First of all, nature has been at war with us since the day we landed, so if it takes an official declaration in order to secure more resources for engineering, I accept it. Welcome to the good fight, administration. She pulls back from the microscope and blinks, rubbing her eyes. On the other hand, it's ridiculous to declare war on an intangible enemy. One may as well declare a war on aging. Yeah, we could probably do with some life science training, but I need to get back out there and go back down to the pyramid thing, which I totally forgot about. Nem has nothing new to say. Okay, bye-bye. Okay. He's still mad that I'm friends with somebody that's not him, apparently. That's Tang. They got a heck of an upgrade to their design. Yeah, everybody got upgraded with the, age up. I think these are their final designs. I will not bark. I will not bark. Deez definitely looks like he's wearing robot armor, though. I would kill for their outfit. I'd probably only wear the top, but I would kill for it. Let's see, Vase got upgraded. Tammy sadly never got upgraded. Keeled over a little young for that. Deez is sitting on the roof of one of the expedition transports, fiddling with something in his hands. As you approach, you can see the glint of a pocket knife in his hands. He looks up from his carving. Oh, hey Solana, he says, looking a little bashful. Needed a new toggle for my backpack. I mean, we won't be able to rely on nanoprinting forever. You don't like cake. Wait, you do like these, so... Wait, are you at 100? Because I'm afraid if you are... Yeah, okay. I still need to get my bravery up. Social and dangerous situations. I think this is like the key one for that, but I want to finish the boss event here. Oh no, it's gone. Well, we're going back out anyway. I want to see if I can get it again. Oh, Utopia would like to speak to me. You report to the expedition's tent to find not just Utopia, but Security Chief Rhett and Vase as well. I can't just spare any more of my people, Utopia's explaining to them. You've already pulled almost all the foragers, and we're already running skink crews in the ridges as it is. There's one person you can spare, Rhett replies, turning to face you. Hello, Solana. How would you like to transfer onto one of my hunting parties? Utopia tells me you're one of her best explorers. We could use someone like you. He indicates Vase. I need someone who can keep up with this one. Why do we need to kill them? Vase laughs. Because they're killing us, Solana. Keep up. He clenches his fist. It's the classic struggle between humanity and nature, he says. Nature's not all flowers and rainbows. On Earth, everything and everyone was trying to kill each other. For survival, for food, hell, even just for fun. I can't wait to bag a real trophy Xeno, he chuckles, framing his hands like a painting on a wall. The first 10-point buck on Vertumna. No! No. If I'm killing something on this planet, it's because it's trying to kill me. I don't want to kill animals for fun. Rhett scowls at Vase. You won't be killing them for fun. You'll be killing them to defend the colony. Vase rolls his eyes. Hold on, how is going out to just kill things you come across defending the colony? Rhett, I respect you. Fuck off. I would never kill a living creature. I lied. I mean, Vase and Lum seem to be actively trying to get you killed. Vase scoffs. Even if it was trying to kill you? I knew you Strato kids were soft. I didn't know you were suicidal, too. Well, you didn't really give me an option but other than I would never kill a living creature and sure, let's go trophy hunting. Whatever gets me out of that. Not everyone's cut out for life or death situations, Rhett says, then turns to you. You know, Solana, it's not all killing, he continues. Sometimes it's about tracking and identifying dangerous creatures before they reach our walls. You wouldn't necessarily have to kill them. He holds up his hand. But you don't have to decide just yet. Talk to Utopia later if you change your mind. Lum is Vase? No, he's fucking not. Vase can bite it. Lum is just Vase in like 20 years. Unfortunately. So far, the only thing Lum has done is get our colony blown the fuck up. Oh, and install himself as governor. Like, he showed up, declared himself the new governor. And he's also taken over the military that we had. Not that there was much of it. Like, I don't trust that man. I don't trust that man with shit. Sometimes people are just born a leader, and Lum is clearly one of those types. Listen, no. A leader does not secretly plant explosives in the middle of the colony and then let two massive fuck-off beasts into the colony and, like, maybe nobody dies. Or, like, they got lucky. Also, it directly injured me. Fuck that guy. Deese is an entirely different person when he's outside the colony walls. Without people constantly trying to correct his asocial behavior, it's like he's blossomed into someone who's actually confident. The more time you spend with him out here, the more glimpses you catch of the real Deese. Bet you can't do this, he says, jumping off a huge boulder and doing a cool roll at the end. Wait, no, bet you can't do it with your eyes closed. I can. You and Deese cavort around, daring each other to do more and more dangerous things. Deese isn't scared of anything. You think you see something up on one of the plateaus above you. The cliffside is covered in convenient vines. Well, last guy's dead, so we're hitting on the new one. I mean, not the new one. The second. Dare him to kiss you on the lips. I want to see. Oh, yeah, this will be actually really funny because he might panic. Oh my god! His hair fluffed up. Like a bird. Deese goes pale. What? No, that's not the same, he exclaims. You're cheating. Wow, you might have found the one thing Deese is scared of. He insists you pick a real dare. Alright, climb the cliff. Deese scrambles up the cliff, no problem. He turns around at the top. Now it's your turn. Well, you dared him, so you gotta follow. The vines are slippery and dangerous, and some of them are even alive and wriggle when you grab them. You lose your grip right at the top, and you slip and start to fall. But Deese grabs you. Got you. Dees exclaims, pulling you over the ledge. Your heart is thumping and you're all sweaty from fear, but you did it. Dees looks so calm and collected, even though he just climbed the same treacherous wall and had to save you from a long fall. Why doesn't he ever seem scared? The plateau is empty, but it provides a great view to look out over the resting ridges. You and Dees take a break and watch the shadows creep across the dusty, craggy landscape. This is the life, Dees says. No school, no gossip, no bullies, no one telling me what to do or what to think. He props his elbow up on his knee and squints into the suns. Even with my augmentation in the colony, I always feel like such a coward. But maybe the problem isn't me, it's everyone else, you know? I'm not scared of the usual stuff. Monsters, getting hurt, even dying. Like, who cares, he continues, but humans keep finding ways to control people with fear. Well, they can't control me. Alright. So how about that kiss? He didn't fluff up this time. Dees laughs, embarrassed, and starts scrambling down the side of the cliff again. You'll have to catch me first. Uh-huh. Yeah, you come back here and tell me you don't feel fear. Oh, hey, the thumper is still here. We can still do this. Excellent. Okay, investigate the other buildings. Bravely walk inside, and we've got our stress down, so we might pass. 5, 4. Wait, wild value 0. Cool, I love a wild value 0 card. Oh wait, no, now it's 2. Does the value... Wild card values matches all pairs or straights. Ah, I see. You walk in, Dees close behind. Oh, wait, this is the elevator we did before. Why did I have to do a challenge to get it to work again? Touch stuff at random. You poke at things and grab sticks at random until suddenly you cease to be yourself. You're like a visual, audio, and weirdly tactile representation of something vast. You have a feeling of being in a large and complex space. No, like you are the space. A digital space like a computer system. As if you were sucked inside a 3D representation of the HoloNet, and you could see files and processes and whole worlds of data, but in alien formats that speak to you more in sensation than logic. You let go of the sticks, and the console room comes back. You grab them again, and understanding fills your head. It feels not all that different from your bouts of déjà vu remembering, like of memories being inserted into your mind, and you suddenly just know how to use this interface. You just think where you want to go or what you want to know, and away you go. The word array comes to mind. A network of computers hosting millions of data nodes, information on every part of the planet, from weather to soil conditions to individual creatures. Not just computers, but entities that feel intelligent and also digital, artificial consciousnesses like your ship's AI, congruence. They're processing all that data and triggering subroutines to make minute changes on the planet's surface. Then a booming voice enters your brain and obliterates all else, speaking more in abstract thought than words, but loud. What are you doing in Wormhole Observatory Array Console 5? You nosy little creature. Then an explosion in your head, and you're thrown backwards and out of the array. There must have also been an explosion in your hands, which are now singed. The console is blown out and dead. You're shaken. Something didn't like you poking around in there, and whatever the array is, whatever lives in it, has been watching you. Probably ever since you landed. You tell Deese about the array and the voice saying Wormhole Observatory. He looks around, impressed. Conversion domain was sure up to some shit, he says. And now you know about the array and how to access it. That could come in very useful if it turns out to be a danger to your colony. You decide to call it a day. Your arms feel all tingly and weak from getting electrocuted, and your heart is still thumping a mile a minute, but you'll be back. Cool, we got engineering points and nothing we needed. Splendid. I think we got a bravery point in there somewhere. I've become a voice assistant. Change my name to Siri. Let me see. Oh, crikey. It looks like that is where we're gonna have to call it for tonight, I'm afraid. Ugh. Oh, my bones. Oh no. Old lady bones. So, let's see. We've had one more death. Unfortunately, this one we were trying to get attached to. We'll see if that sticks. I have the suspicion. Please don't take my bones. I'm using them. They're crunchy and non-nutritious. So we've hit on 5. Send these, Rex. You'll give me new bones. I have the distinct suspicion there's a joke there that I'm missing. But I'm not sure. Oh dear. What's wrong with my current bones? Okay, I mean they're a little crunchy, but it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, it was great to see y'all again today. I hope you guys continue to have a great week. And I look forward to seeing you guys around. Now we are going to do another raid today. Because I remembered, mostly. If we're being honest. Let's see, are you open for this? No, that has opened your stream, not my option to. I hate these buttons. You said they're old lady bones, so you can give me young lady bones. I'm not stealing your bones, Wolfie. I had the distinct suspicion that's what you were getting at. We're not stealing your bones. Nope, don't tend to the guy's thirst streaming. Out myself far too much. So, let me see. Are y'all feeling Minecraft or Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? Because we can either go see Scary Faye, who is playing Tears of the Kingdom, or we can go see Mercury Rat, who is playing Minecraft. So if anyone has preference on that, I would say speak and be heard. Oh, ow, my ears. Okay, maybe I will steal your bones. Specifically the kneecaps. Fresh ones. Hope y'all have a good night. Getting nervous? There's no need to be nervous. Unless it's about your bones, in which case, don't worry about it. Just ignore the sound of, like, bone thieves. They're not real. I promise not to steal your bones. We will do an equitable trade for your bones. Y'all are gonna go see Mercury Winds, who is a delightful rat VTuber. And has some very nice Minecraft streams. Okay, that was crunchy. And I look forward to seeing you guys around. Bye!